cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, and alongside me, he's broken his leg again. It's Darren, by the way. It's Darren Bent.
Darren here, by the way. Darren Bent.
I just said that.
Yeah,
you all right?
Come on, champ.
Good to see you. We're back. By Chico, we've got a show for you today. Looks like Eze has a £68 million release clause up until Friday with Spurs and Arsenal circling. We're asking, would you rather sign for Spurs or Arsenal today? Isak has actually packed his bags and told Newcastle he won't play for them again. How disruptive is it for Newcastle to have this deal with just days before the start of the season? And off the back of that, we're also asking whether it's time to close the transfer window before the season starts. All that, and Palace, of course, have released a furious statement with their appeal for Europa League football. That was rejected. Do they have a right to be upset? And we'll discuss a potential move. Go on, United! For Gianluigi Donnarumma. And we're building up to our first around the grounds of the season. It's back again. Of course, it's a big night of EFL Cup action. This is Drive. This is talkSPORT. This is Goldstein. That's Bentley. You can be a part of the show. 03717 223344.
We'll have a bit of that.
DP.
What's funny?
DP, how are you?
I'm good, man. Welcome, Jack. Yesterday, didn't want to play no stabs. Nervous.
Who?
Jack. No.
Why was he nervous, Jack?
No, Darren here, but none of that, because it was Aid sitting in that seat.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Nervous.
He just said in my ear that it was Adrian. He didn't want to do it. But let me just say too, Jack, new season, same rules. Don't talk to me in my ear, all right? Yeah, that's the producer's role. Well, I can't really see the producer. He's behind. Yeah, there he says, producer Joe.
How are you?
Good. I'm great. It's our first show back, and we're both in the new studio. If people are watching, they'll see us on YouTube. We're now all singing. I did a show, I think, the week before I left. It's all a bit of a blur. I landed this morning from Florida, so I did the red eye.
Did you?
Yeah, 8 hours.
Ooh.
I was asleep for 5 of them. That was nice. Then I got home this morning about 9. I had a little sleep, so I'm a bit tired, but I didn't want to miss today's show. I'm very excited.
Congratulations on the
2 wins.
On the 2 wins. I mean,
that's unbelievable, isn't it?
Because I only watched the first one, Earl Strickland.
Yeah.
And obviously you talk about one of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
But
who? Me or him?
Listen,
Earl.
I wonder if you go in that conversation now.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest wild cards ever.
To you, bigging me up. We'll talk about my experience in Florida a bit later on. But what I will say is how nuts it was that wherever I was in Florida, right, be it Disney World or Epic, not Epic, I didn't go to Universal, wherever I was, right, Magic Kingdom, people came up to me and they were complimentary about our show. One guy came up to me in a place called Disney Springs. You ever been to Disney Springs? Beautiful place.
I went to Disneyland years ago.
All right, okay. Come up to me. It was a doctor. How about this?
Yeah.
Said, English guy. Said, I listen to you and Bent all the time. I'm very cool. He said, I listen to you while I'm in surgery operating.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want to be responsible for someone losing a leg.
So I said, we'll talk about your leg.
Yeah.
I said, do you laugh a lot? And he went, yeah, find it really funny. And I went, that's not a good thing.
No, if I looked in the screen, the window,
Yeah.
and he was operating on someone, like one of my loved ones, and he's laughing and joking, listening to, no.
He's got Goldstein Darren Bent on in the corner.
No.
But everyone was so complimentary about our show. So it's very kind. Very kind. Yeah, but we'll talk about that a bit later. But I had a great time. How were you, though? Because I came in this morning, you and I spoke while I was away, and you were away, of course. Your first day back yesterday, but you've got your leg in a, what is that?
Like a
brace.
like a knee brace, yeah.
And you got stitches. How many stitches you got in your knee?
3.
What'd you do?
So basically, I always tell my kids don't run by the edge of the pool, and then I did that, slipped, and next to the pool, I don't say my pool because I sound like an idiot, but next to the pool,
Your pool.
right?
One of your private pools.
The pool,
Yeah.
there's like a concrete slab, and my knee just went straight into it.
Horrible.
Cracked patella tendon.
Oh my! And you reckon you'll be playing paddle at the end of the week?
Yeah, maybe probably next week, but all I need to happen is the stitches to come out, just so I can bend my leg again. Because at the minute I can't bend my leg.
You had to go to hospital in Portugal.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Yeah, good. Went private. It was beautiful, lovely.
Is it only private? It's only private in Portugal, isn't it?
Nah, there's a few.
You can mix with common people.
Well, do you know what? It's someone say to you, right? Sorry. And I get it. Not everyone can go private, so I fully understand that. But
Yeah.
So my little boy had a bit of an accident, right? So
What do you mean?
my son
Went to?
True, right? He.
Oh, I see that kind of
I
accident.
took my kids to mini golf,
Yeah.
right? And for whatever reason, you know what kids are like. My little boy, my twins, so are both 7, are using the golf sticks like lightsabers, right?
Right. Okay.
So you know what I'm about to say. So, but I kept saying to them, stop doing it. Anyway, one of them was obviously mini golf, so you don't need to drive the ball.
No.
But they're swinging it like you need to drive it. Anyway, he pulled it back and sliced one of the eyelids of my little boy. So I had to go to hospital with him again. So that's my
Which boy was it? Your favourite one or the other one?
one of the twins, but sliced his eye.
Oh my!
So I had to go. So we went to private first, and after 9 p.m, which is weird, they don't see kids.
What?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Right, exactly.
Kids
right?
don't get injured after 9.
Exactly right. So that was the first thing. So we had to go to a normal public
Oh, that was
hospital.
horrible for you.
No, but when we was in there, and this is what I'm about to say, a huge cockroach infestation ran across the floor in there.
Oh. In the hospital.
In the hospital. I was a bit like I promise you, I'll show you the picture in the break.
Oh.
The cockroaches,
Not just one. A family of them.
yeah, huge. At first I thought they were rats.
Maybe they were injured. Maybe they were in hospital because they'd hurt themselves.
Maybe, but yeah, it was
And you stayed.
stayed. But after about 2 hours, because I looked at his eye was looked like it was healing. I said, "Come on, we're going." So we left.
What?
Left.
So it healed while you were
Right,
waiting?
no, because obviously kids they heal quite quickly, don't they?
Yeah, only if you've got a superpower.
Yeah. So I went. Do you know what? Come on, let's go. I'd been there for 3 hours, not even been seen. I said, "No, forget."
Cockroach was seen
And
before you.
then the cockroach came across with that was it. Get us out of it.
That's awful.
Awful.
Yeah.
Yuck.
You're all right now?
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Hope so.
Well, you're back. I'm back.
Mm.
And proper football's back. Oh, you can't say proper. Yeah, proper football.
Oh no! Over the weekend, I was watching a lot of.
Yeah, proper football's back.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said. I'm not referring to this weekend coming. I'm saying right now, proper football is back.
Sunday. Oof, me and you.
Oh, by the way, just quickly before we move on, I know we're busy, Joe, but it's top of the show, right? We haven't seen each other about 15 years. You and I have had a bet at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
That
I'm nervous now.
That Man United, I say will get top 8, and you say won't.
Yeah.
And it's a £500 trainer bet.
Yeah.
Now you had that bet before we had Mbuemo, Cunha, and
Sesko.
We're looking at Donnarumma. Belieber's been linked as well.
No. I mean, listen, I still think.
So I'll give you a cash out now.
How much?
300.
Nah, I'll wait.
God, you thought.
Do you know why? Because if we beat you on Sunday, which we will, then
It's Algaff, isn't it?
yeah, that puts you on the back foot straight
Imagine
away.
if you start the season, first game, defeat.
Imagine you do
We won't lose.
all that feel good factor.
That's another player after feel good factor. Right, let's start with both sides in North London because they are interested in Crystal Palace's main man. So if you were Eze, are you picking Arsenal or Spurs?
Here is Eze, edge of the area, right-footed shot, slams it in. It's terrific from Eberechi Eze.
He's such a player. You can see why Arsenal are interested in him. But I hope they keep this team together because they've got something special going there.
Eze is someone who, if this makes sense, a Tottenham player, someone that plays with freedom.
When I watch him, Jeff, there's not many players now where you watch and say, still a flair player. So casual, his goal scoring's got better now.
It's crossed in by Sarr, tapped in by Eze, and Crystal Palace lead at the Etihad again.
Yeah, it took to understand that Spurs are once again interested in Palace's Eberechi Eze. Has also strongly been linked with the move to Arsenal, but Spurs need a replacement for the injured James Maddison. Eze scored 14 goals in all comps last season, including the winner in the FA Cup against Man City. And talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook joined the breakfast show this morning, and he had all the very latest on his future.
Eberechi Eze, one to watch between now and the end of the window. They were linked with him quite heavily at the start of the summer. Then it looked like Arsenal were favourites to sign him. That bid from the red half of North London hasn't so far materialised. Spurs in desperate need now. They've missed out on Morgan Gibbs-White. James Maddison is going to miss most of the season with a knee injury. They're back in talks with Crystal Palace. They're exploring a deal. It's trickier now because that £68 million release clause that he did have in his contract has expired. So they would need to negotiate with Steve Parish, who I'm told is a ruthless negotiator when it comes to these transfers. But certainly we're going to be keeping tabs on Eze and a potential move to Tottenham.
I think this is going to be really interesting because that release clause of £68 million, Benny, expires on Friday. And I get the feel. I mean, you don't have to be a brain surgeon to work out that if you miss that deadline, it's going to cost you more than £68 million. Yeah. So with that in mind, I expect either Spurs or Arsenal or both to put a bid in before Friday. Do you?
But do you know what? And this, again, no disrespect to Palace because we spoke about them before, but I'm shocked he's still there, if I'm honest. Because when you look at what... It felt like Elise rocked up, did what he needed to do, Bayern Munich. I look at all the talent that he's got, Eze, and he is such a talented footballer. Could go both ways, can score goals, is great to watch. If that is a release clause of that amount of money, surely you'd think there'd be more clubs in than just Arsenal and Spurs. I'm talking about across Europe because I think that's how good I think he is.
Yeah.
The fact that hasn't happened yet, I mean, I'm hoping this gives Arsenal the kick they need to go and get him. I know that the main priority was, of course, getting the striker. They've got that now. Then you've got Zubamendi, you've got... Noni Madueke, got Kepa, Mosquera as well. You've got the players there, but I think this one here, because I know a lot of Arsenal fans are not happy with Martinelli's performance. I'm still in the Martinelli camp. I still really like him, but it just gives you options now.
Is that where you're playing though? Because he's got a free role for Palace, right? So he's not necessarily stuck out. I know he can play on the left, but he's not stuck out on the left.
No, but you won't be stuck out on the left because he's not a winger.
No, but if you're going to replace Martinelli like for like, then he becomes a winger.
Yeah, but no, it's a little bit like when Arsenal played Trossard out there. Trossard's not an out-and-out winger, but Trossard drifts into areas.
I know, but Trossard doesn't start, right?
No, but they had periods where he has started. I was just to say to you last season, he starts way too much. But I think if Eze comes, he does start. And I said I still like Martinelli, but Eze's a better player. But I think if you're looking at Arsenal and you're looking at Tottenham, yes, Spurs are in the Champions League. Yes, they won a trophy last year, but they finished fourth bottom. In my opinion, Arsenal are in a better place. They finished second 3 times in a row. I know that's not a big congratulations because at some point you have to get over the line. Yeah. But I just think Arsenal to move forward are in a better place.
That's one of the questions we're going to be asking. If you were Eze, where would you rather go? Now, the obvious answer is Arsenal for everything you've just said. But it is a World Cup season, right? Everyone's playing now to get themselves in that England squad. Of course, if you're English. I just wonder if he'll have more game time at Spurs. Would he be more of a... At Spurs, he's going to start every week.
Yeah.
At Arsenal, does he start every week?
Well, that's the thing. Most big clubs, right? There's always a handful of people, or maybe a 3 or 4 that start every single week, right? But it's not. I don't think you have to look at it like, if he goes to Arsenal, he might not play as much as going to Spurs, because you look at the great Manchester City side, for instance, and even Liverpool. Actually, I put them in the same. You've got the likes of Virgil, Salah, Alisson if he's fit, Gravenberch certainly last season. Man City, it was the goalkeeper Ederson, Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Rodri, and Haaland. These guys start every week. Everywhere else around them rotates. So Eze might not play at the weekend, I don't know, against whoever, Manchester United, but there's Champions League a couple of days later, he'll play against whoever it is. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to get enough minutes. So I don't think whether you walk in as a starter or being a big fish in a big pond is the most important thing.
But that is the thing for Eze, right? At the moment, he's a big fish.
Yeah.
And if he goes to Spurs, I think he'll remain a big fish. If he goes to Arsenal, I don't think he will.
Well, that's the thing. You have to challenge yourself. Like, I'll give you an instance. Sesko, right? Newcastle have been chasing him for an hour long.
Yeah.
Arsenal were linked with him, right? Now, the easier option might have been for Sesko to go to Newcastle because, listen, let's be frank, it's nowhere near the size of the club of Manchester United. But what did he do? He wanted to go to United. More pressure, more eyes watching, more questions being asked.
It was a bigger club. Yeah,
but that's my point. He's gone to a bigger club because he's thinking, it's not about being...
But you're going to say that Arsenal are a much bigger club than Spurs.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think for Eze, Arsenal would be the better fit for him.
Okay.
Where would you rather?
I agree with you, right? I agree with you. I don't want to agree with you because you're Arsenal and I know it'll annoy you and upset you, but I agree with you. Spurs fans, that's one of the questions we're going to be asking. If you can find a decent enough argument as to why Eze should choose Spurs over Arsenal.
And you can't use training ground and stadium.
No.
Well, actually, no, you can because I think they're important. Are they? The stadium.
I think they are if one's dramatically different to another.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, it's a great stadium. Spurs, of course, it's a wonderful stadium.
Yeah. Both got great training grounds, although
and both got Champions League football.
Yeah.
But I just think Eze will have more freedom, more enjoyment. It will be loved more by the fans than if he went to Arsenal, because Arsenal got an abundance of great players.
Yeah, but do you know what? Even if he goes there, right, and he's not a guaranteed starter straight away, we spoke about it yesterday, and me and you spoke about it last year. Odegaard right now is not flying like he was.
No, but new season, new beginnings, right?
But I watched him all pre-season. Hasn't got going yet.
Oh, you really?
Yeah, hasn't got going yet, right? So all of a sudden he looks at that and go, well, he might go in there.
Yeah.
He could play left. Arsenal fans not happy with Martinelli. So there's two positions where maybe after a couple of weeks, he's in there.
Okay. It's me and Bentley. We're back now. The season has officially begun because we are back together, which means, of course, it's your opportunity to pick up the phone for the first time this season and call into our show. We are taking your calls. Where would you rather go if you were Eze? Which is a better fit, Spurs or Arsenal? 03717 223344.
of Dre?
Bit of Dre on the show. You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. We're back for the new season. You excited about new season?
Yeah, I am, yeah. Really excited. Because I think it's going to be so competitive.
I really do think it is.
Yeah.
And the more I think about the teams in it near the bottom, I think early on when we talked about who's going to go down, I think we all agreed it was just going to be the 3 that come up.
I don't think that's the case
I
anymore.
think it's going to be a little bit of a bum fight now.
Especially with, obviously, Wolves losing their 2 best
Yeah,
players.
Brentford
losing a gaffer and that,
lot of pressure on them.
Yeah.
Be interesting. Still to come, we'll be joined in the studio by the voice of boxing, Adam Smith. You might notice that my voice is a little bit husky. Have you noticed that?
I thought you was putting it on.
It's because I've been screaming for most of the week. I went on a roller coaster. You ever been on a roller coaster?
Don't go on them.
Whoever invented the roller coaster, there's something mentally wrong with them, right? Because like life's fast enough, you don't need to go 80 miles an hour. I went on this roller coaster, just quickly. I went on this roller coaster in Universal, right? It climbs. I put it on my Instagram. It climbs, and it drops.
Yeah.
It's the first time I ever went on a roller coaster because I was there with the kids and I was like, we're going to do everything today, right? I went on it. It dropped. I mean, it's a horrific feeling. And it drops and it goes up and it goes upside down. I come off it. I hurt my neck. I was like, anyway, there's this poor woman, this American woman, and she went white and then she went green.
Yeah.
She couldn't move in it. You know, like you can't move your neck. You turn like that.
Yeah.
She couldn't go on any other ride. It ruined her day.
Honestly, I went and had a bad experience when I was younger, and for the last 30 years, I've never been on one. I will refuse to ever go on one.
And so we went to various parks, and they had like a Velociraptor, which is like the Jurassic Park. I didn't go on it. And my mate's like, you can't go all the way to Disney World. I went, listen, I don't need to impress anyone. If I don't want to go on a ride,
I'll go on it. I'll hold the bags.
I'll hold the bags. Yeah, I held the bags. I held the bags. Just quickly, Man City are considering a move for Real Madrid winger Rodrigo this summer. Newcastle striker Alexander Isak has moved out of his home as he continues to attempt to force a move to Liverpool. That's nuts, that is. We'll discuss that later on in the show. That is bizarre. We'll take your calls in just a moment. 03717223344. But first, it's time for this.
Couldn't believe you got a yellow card for that. The game's gone.
Honestly, I've seen my Sunday League team defend better than our back line. Welcome to Sorry, not that. Moany fans on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Yes, time to hear now from Dylan Orr. Oh, you done this last season. Dylan Orr who? Oh, it's Dylan Orr, sorry. From our friends at Paddy Power, who's got something he wants to get off his chest in this week's Moany fans feature. Dylan's reputation as being a bit of a moaner is well established. Let's find out what's got him moaning this week.
How you doing, lads? My moan this week is all about the power that players nowadays have. The ongoing saga with Alexander Isak in particular, looking to force through that move to Liverpool, now set to be going to refuse to play for Newcastle. The players ultimately hold too much control. There has to be something put in the contracts that if you're fit, there should be huge fines. The fines are obviously in place, but not big enough. These fines need to be substantial so the players won't do this moping around in whether it's the reserves or the under-21 squad. It's embarrassing. You don't see us refusing to go to work without implications.
Oh, he's a moany old thing, isn't he? Right. Now, normally we'd open the lines and talk to the fans, but we've got some strong opinions on this topic, so join us after 5 p.m. and we'll see if we can out-moan the moan. If you want to be a part of that moan, of course, we'll take calls 03717 223334. That's from 5 p.m. today.
Moany fans on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Right, we're taking your calls. Where would you go if you were Eze? Look, new season, I'm going to have to wear glasses now because they've moved the switchboard so it's a little bit further back. Mm-hmm. So, oh no, maybe I don't. Dan is a Spurs fan. He joins us now. Daniel?
Hi, mate, you all right?
I'm good, I'm very well. How are you? Are you all right? You well today?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the weather, mate. It's a lovely day.
Where are you? Whereabouts in? Is it not too hot? I came out of my house this morning. I was like, oh, it's a bit too hot. I don't mind it a weekend, but when you got to get on the tube, it's too hot.
It is too hot today. I go on holiday Sunday, so I'm trying not to wear all my holiday clothes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting here in a pair of jeans, so it's not the most comfortable of days.
Where are you going on holiday?
Mallorca.
Oh, very nice. How long are you going for?
Yes. Just a week with the wife and kids.
Very nice. Okay. Nice. Well, enjoy that. I hope it rains. Right. What would you like to say? As a Spurs fan, right, I really want to find an argument as to why Eze should choose Spurs over Arsenal, just to annoy Benty. I just, for the life of me, can't see why you would choose Spurs over Arsenal at the moment. Can you?
Yes, there are some reasons why. So I think if you're, like Benty said, if you look at it on paper in terms of where Arsenal are and the more likely to win some silverware, I think Eze would be more prone to joining Arsenal. However, I think Arsenal would have put a bid in for him already. I think Eze, at the age he is now, if you look at Arteta's track record, he likes to get in younger players, ones that he can mould into his philosophy. Eze's 27, going to be 28, kind of in the prime of his football career. How much of a evolution is Arteta going to be able to get out of Eze? And I think that being is probably the reason why they've not put a bid in for him already. If you look at their track record in terms of the players they've signed, like the Trossards, the Zinchenkos, that are kind of towards that, over 25 age bracket, they don't have the longevity in the Arsenal squad. So I think that's one of the reasons why they've not put a bid in for him. And I think that's why Tottenham would be a more attractive offer, because we've seen the player. There's a definite need for his abilities in that Tottenham squad, in that starting 11 as well, which I don't think Arsenal are going to.
Do you know what? You make some really good points, some really, really good points there, because you are right. And listen, I'm a big fan of Eze, but I am shocked. And as I said, that not only that he's still there, but it's taken this long for someone to really go and get him, because Arsenal's
a reason, right?
There must be. I need to know what that reason is, because he can't be on the pitch, because on the pitch is a wonderful.
It wouldn't surprise me, right? Because football's a bit nuts.
Yeah.
If one of these two teams signed him after Friday for more, I don't know why. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because if you, it's not a difficult deal. If he's got a release clause, it's not difficult.
No, it's very easy.
Eze, how much? Yeah, we'll have him.
So can I just ask why we all know about this release clause? Yeah, if we talk about Morgan Gibbs White's release
No
clause,
one
we'll
knows.
get sued.
Yeah.
Why is that all about?
weird.
Everyone knows about this one.
It's weird.
I'm looking at my producer Joe for the win. Have we got time for one more, Joe? Because it's new day, new beginnings, right? Let's go to Duncan. Big Dunk. Hi, Dunk.
Hi, Andy. How you doing?
Oh, good. Very well. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, good. Thanks, buddy.
Good. What would you like to say? You're an Arsenal fan. It's going to be easy for you to win this argument, right?
Well, I just think, personally, all right, we've got a decent squad now, but it's all about strength and depth, isn't it? I think with the amount of games that we're going to play this season, like Bent said before, he's going to get his opportunity to come in and do things in the Champions League if we do sign him. And I just think our squad will look a lot stronger as well.
Yeah, of course.
If he was in there. And like Benty touched on earlier on, he was saying about Odegaard. I don't think he had a great season last season when he come back from injury at all. He was quite poor in quite a lot of the games. So there's no guarantee that he's going to start every game, Odegaard.
Yeah. And
I just think the way he's playing at the moment guarantees you goals as well.
Yeah, listen, I think, thanks, Hank. I think whoever he plays for, whoever he signs for, is a huge addition to their.
Of course, but from an Arsenal perspective, and obviously, I'm going to speak from an Arsenal perspective. Odegaard's form hasn't been great. Hasn't been great pre-season. Martinelli, people are 50-50 on him. He's going to get minutes. It's not like he's going to have to sit there and wait maybe 4 or 5 weeks. When am I going to get 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there? He's going to play a lot of minutes.
Did you see the new thing your manager's done? He did the pickpockets and he did the light bulb and he did win the dog. What ones am I missing out? A few. The speakers, you'll never walk out. Have you seen the latest one?
No.
So when you walk out the tunnel, you used to walk out under like a big canopy, right?
Yeah,
that's now gone because he wants the players in the dressing room to soak up the atmosphere sooner. And he thought that was blocking out the atmosphere.
No, you're lying.
I swear to you, I swear to you, he's done that.
Yeah, no, do you know what? They probably I think they've just removed it for fans' reasons because fans can't see.
What do you mean they can't see it? See when they walk out of it?
Nah, but they want to see a bit earlier.
Oh, no, it's definitely Arteta's.
Nah, it's for the fans.
So to win the dog can have a free run. Still to come, yes. We'll be joined in the studio by the voice of boxing, Adam Smith. Big fight coming up this weekend as well.
Huge. You know what?
I can't wait for that fight.
That's it, but can't. I've got to get there now, haven't I? So you can hear me properly.
What?
If I talk here, it's not great.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, what's happening?
You can't slouch in your chair like that.
No, can't hear.
Yeah. If we're not as clear as we usually are, it's because we're a little bit tired. We're just sitting back in the chair. Yes, Adam Smith will be in the studio in just a moment, but first it's time for No Googling. Are you going to Jack's wedding, by the way?
I can't have it.
Oh,
no.
I know what I was going to say this. Right? Just stop the music, Jack. So Jack, who pressed all the buttons, invited all of us to his wedding. Right? I'm going.
Yep.
A couple of boys are going. I was told what your reply to Jack was.
You gone?
Right? I was told that your reply was, I've got stuff on.
No, I gave him a reason.
No. Jack, is that right? I've got stuff on. Look, Jack's nodding. What was your reason? Why can't you go to his wedding?
I told him, I was in there. Hey, I've got stuff on.
I've got stuff. What you got? What you got on?
I'll show you.
What you got? No, just tell me. Just play the music, Jack.
Private.
You're a disgrace. Got stuff on. We have been discussing Eberechi Eze, who's got the winner in the FA Cup final last season. We want to know who's the only other English player. What? Who's the only other English player to score the winning goal in an FA Cup final this decade? And then it says brackets since 2020. I don't really know what that means. I don't know what that means. This decade, brackets since 2020. The answer to that, and me explaining the answer to that, is coming up live and drive on talkSPORT and Boxing Chat right after this.
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend. Even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there actually any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads for a century. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. His Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this kind of protection was pretty important for footballers. And so, in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says they must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, even though there have been calls for it to be changed. But for now, that's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Don't
Don't
talk
call
yet.
it a comeback.
No, it went too early.
Oh, I did it in the right part.
Too early, mate. Too
Jack,
early.
start again.
No, don't, Matt. Don't do anything for him. He's not coming to your wedding. Remember, he's got stuff on, whatever that means. We done with the music. Jack.
Start again.
Jack.
Yes.
Useless. Before the break, I asked a question. I got it wrong because I just when it said no, this decade, I thought it was this century. Who's the only other Englishman apart from Eze to score the winning goal in the FA Cup final this decade? So since 2020.
The only one I can think of is your boy.
Probably mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still to come, we'll be asking if the transfer window should be shut before the start of the season. But, yes! Time now for this.
There's a real feeling that this is the best versus the best.
White's lost control. White has lost control completely.
How many more do you want?
This is The Voice.
Yeah, it's time for The Voice. The Voice, our weekly feature where we're joined in the studio by the voice of boxing, Adam Smith, to take a look at this week's biggest story. Spider, good to see you.
Afternoon, how are we?
I am great. Tickety-boo. In our new studio, you didn't even know we had a new studio. You went downstairs to the bunker.
I was in the old studio alone.
How was that show? Was it good?
It was much better than this one.
How did you realise that you were in the wrong place?
Well, you weren't there, so I waited a minute or two and thought, okay, let's get upstairs because they've obviously revamped things.
No one told you.
Reignited the studio. I love it.
Are you good? You well?
I'm all good.
I've
had a little holiday in Ireland.
Where'd you go?
Went to West Cork, which I love.
Okay. Why? Why'd you go there for holiday?
Family sort of ties, lots of sort of rallies over there.
Yeah.
Really love it. Beautiful part of the world. Magical West Cork Island. Absolutely lovely. Then I'm off to Saudi this week and then into, I'm going to America next week. So yeah, jumping around.
Where are you going in America?
Cape Cod.
Where's that?
On the East Coast, just down from Boston. Beautiful, another beautiful part of the world.
Wow. Okay. Where's not beautiful? Where's you hate?
I love being in here. London in the middle of summer is
too hot. It's too hot. It's too hot, isn't it? Do you come in by train?
A tube, and it was.
Oh,
it's too much. Too
I
sticky.
have to stand now.
I know.
Surely people let you.
No, because my leg can't bend. So if I put my leg out, I'm just blocking the aisles.
Have you seen what he's done?
What is it?
Roger?
What's happened?
I just cracked a patella. I slipped next to an apple and smashed kneecap.
Adam,
Ouch.
Adam,
Yeah.
he was eating a kebab.
Painful?
He was eating a kebab.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
all the
very.
juice fell out and he said, right, there's only one place we can start, and that's to his Moses Atoma against Dillian White. It's live on talkSPORT this Saturday night. Dillian White has won his last 3 fights and represents the toughest test this does in Atoma's career so far. Atoma has won all 12 of his fights with 10 coming via knockout, whilst Dillian White has just, 3 defeats from his 34 fights. I'm really excited about this one.
So am I.
Who is it more of a test for, do you think?
I'm really excited seeing Ed Huntley and Spencer Oliver already over there. Looking forward to getting the plane to
Early, innit,
Riyadh to
for them?
join them.
Why are they there on
They do a
Tuesday?
lot of work, those boys.
Maybe
No,
they
they do. And it'll be great to join the sort of team, the party. Live on DAZN Saturday night. Can't wait for it. Moses Atama's biggest test so far. He's won all 12. He won every amateur fight. 10 stoppages so far in the pro ranks. He's blowing everyone away. What I love about him, guys, is the fact that all the other heavyweights talk so highly of him. And now's the sort of first real test, the first questions to be answered by Dillian White, who, as we know, has been around for a long time. Gladiator, bit of a swashbuckling figure, goes in with anybody. Has defeats, of course, to Joshua, to Povetkin, and to Tyson Fury, where he never really got into that one. But if he gets into this and he looks in great shape, it could be interesting. But will he get past the first 3 or 4 rounds with Atama's speed, his freshness, and his power?
So I've got to ask you the question because you said it there. Atoma has been absolutely destroying people, right? But he hasn't. I don't think he's gone past 6 rounds yet. Now, the longer the fight goes on, do you then start to favour Dillian? Obviously, wild old fox, been around a long time, experience. Do you then start to favour him?
31 victories against some big names. He's got wins over Joseph Parker, over Derek Chisora, of course, as well. He has been inactive. We saw him in against Eberechi Eze out in Gibraltar. He got the job done late last year, but wasn't that fast. Just looked like he needed rounds, and I wonder if that inactivity will be a problem. He's trained really hard for this. He looks in fantastic shape, Dillian, but he is 37 now. I think he's got to withstand the early storm. We know what Atama's like. Counterpuncher, beautiful IQ. His feet are so good, and if he sees the opening, he'll go for it. But I think if Dillian survives that sort of first 4-5, then it starts to become fascinating. Let's see where Itauma goes from there, what he's like on the back foot when he's backed up. You know, will he get caught? If he does, how's he going to take it? I love the fact that your AJs, your Furies, your Okolis, your Joe Joyces, everybody, Usyk, are all talking about him in such high regard. Of course, we can get excited. He hasn't ever lost an amateur or pro fight. He looks the real deal to us, to Darren Barker, to Barry Jones, to me, when we watch him and commentate on him. But it's the real fighters that meet him inspiring, that have seen these things that he does, which makes me very excited about him.
Do you think you'll learn more about him, Itauma? Not if he, say he knocked Dillian out in 3 rounds, it's what he's been doing his whole career. But if he goes deep into the fight and say he wins really late into the fight, do you think you learn more from him doing that rather than him knocking Dillian out in the first 3?
It's an amazing statement if he gets rid of White very quickly. Of course, Povetkin did it when he was down on the floor a couple of times. We remember at Matchroom HQ in 5 rounds, Tyson Fury in 6, and AJ, of course, in 7. So if he does it in 2 or 3, it's going to look fantastic. It's a great message to send to the other top heavyweights out in Riyadh in front of His Excellency, all of that. But I see what you're saying, Darren. If he does go rounds, which I think he also needs to at this stage, there has to be that experience. You can't buy that ring experience. No. And if he does get that and, say, wins late with a little bit of something going slightly askew during the fight, maybe 1 or 2 rounds he loses and he comes back to win, that'll also tell us something and we'll tick boxes. But for me, I think it's all about those first 9, 12 minutes. And if Itauma is explosive and gets him out of there, he's going to be knocking on the door for the world heavyweight title, and that's held by Usyk, and His Excellency wants to see that. I think that's too soon.
It's relatively early in Moses' career. He's only had 12 fights. So I sort of feel if he loses the fight, it doesn't really harm his career. For Dillian White, if he loses, do you think that'll be the end of it?
Potentially. Dillian is the sort of guy, I spoke to him a few weeks back. He wants to fight everybody. He doesn't mind who he goes in the ring with. He's just a terrific stalwart of British boxing. He's been fantastic in great fights, and I think if he gets blown away, I think he'll have to look at it seriously. He's made money over the years. He's a sensible guy, and I think that he'll probably know, but don't count him out, because Dillian can punch. That left hook is dangerous. We haven't seen Moses in any sort of trouble, really, during those amateur and professional fights. So if he does get into trouble, how's he going to react? Because Dillian will fancy he'll be too experienced, too smart, too hardened for Itauma. But Frank Warren rarely gets it wrong in terms of matchmaking.
How you mentioned Turkey there, and if Moses wins this fight, Turkey wants to see Moses against Usyk.
Of course, right? And it's fascinating. And if you look at Usyk, Andy, it's Joe Parker, or maybe it's Ajit Kabayel, or is it someone like Moses Itauma? For me,
my question's going to be, my question was going to be, that will be his 13th fight this weekend, right?
Yep.
If you get offered stupid money to fight Usyk after just 13 fights, it's a very difficult juggling act, isn't it? On one hand, you don't want to take the fight too early. You might get absolutely pummeled.
He would buy Usyk.
But he would buy Usyk. But on the other hand, you can't, if it's crazy bonkers money, if you're looking after someone like Moses, what do you do? Do you go where the paycheck is, or do you say no to that paycheck to prolong that career and work your way up to becoming heavyweight champion?
It's going to go down to Frank Warren, Francis Warren and Ben Davidson, some wise heads there getting them.
What would your advice be?
My advice would be just take a little bit longer, okay? There's no rush. He's 20 years old. We know Michael Bent, I think, won the WBO heavyweight title in his 13th fight. That was the WBO, lightly regarded at the time. AJ won in the 16th, but it was cleverly matched against Charles Martin. Alexander Usyk is the best fighter of our generation, full stop. Will Moses Itauma be the heir apparent in a couple of years? Quite potentially. But why I wouldn't put him in with Usyk yet? I think he should go to Usyk's training camp. I think he should learn with Usyk like he has done with Fury and Joshua, and I think he should be looking at the likes of a Martin Bakole, someone like that next, if he gets rid of Dillian White. But let's not look past Saturday.
Just roughly, because I want to move on and we have to go to a break and we'll carry on boxing chat. But just roughly, how much will he be getting for the weekend's fight?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Is it like 1 or 2 million, something like that?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay.
A few million.
So if he would offers 10 million for the Usyk fight, it's a hard amount of money to turn down, isn't it?
I think he will fancy it, Moses, and will want it now. Yeah. And I think that it comes down to the experience of Frank Warren to say, do they pull the trigger? And for me, if it was another champion, like a WBA holder, a WBC holder, and not Usyk, absolutely go for it. Usyk, I wouldn't.
Okay. We're going to move on. That fight live on...
Not yet.
Okay. That fight live on talkSPORT this weekend. Before we move on, we're going to go to, in a one word, how does the fight finish? Who wins it in the weekend, live on talkSPORT? He hates being pushed. Look at him.
Yeah. I'm calling the fight. It's hard, Andy. It's very difficult.
But how do you see it? Who wins it? One word.
It's Alma.
That's enough. Go to a break quickly. Said it. Listen to Drive talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Nasty Adam Smith here. Just asked me how much I'd take to get in the ring with Moses Toma. I said 40 quid. Still to come, I'll be asking if the transfer window should be shut before the start of the season. Just quickly, a bit of breaking news. As with all transfers these days, it wasn't a secret. Jack Grealish has signed for Everton on a season-long loan with £50 million as a buyout clause. Grealish going to wear the number 18. He said, I spoke to Rooney before I came here. I mentioned to him, so I hope he will be happy. Rooney wore the 18 shirt at Everton, of course.
Nice.
What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's a good, massive signing for Everton.
That is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, I said it yesterday. It reminds me of the James Rodriguez, that type signing, big superstar.
Yeah.
But it's back to Jack now. World Cup year. Got a chance to go play some football.
Yeah, first team football. Right, we're still joined in the studio by the voice of boxing, Adam Smith.
He's here!
He is here, yeah, thanks for that. Let's move on to a few more stories doing around in boxing. Let's start with the rematch, of course, between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. It's going to take place at the Spurs Stadium in November. Eubank, of course, beat Benn by a unanimous decision in April. Despite no titles being on the line, a rematch was highly anticipated. It's divided opinion, the rematch. The first fight, I was there. I saw you actually after. It was one of the best fights I've seen for a long, long time. And I include the build-up to it. I include Chris Eubank's dad arriving on the day. I include the actual fight. I thought it was an explosive fight. A lot of people have questioned whether or not they want to see it again. I can't think of a reason why I wouldn't want to see it again. I thought it was brilliant the first time.
I thought it was brilliant too. Loved every minute of the build-up. Thought it was spicy, fantastic, compelling, storytelling at its greatest. And then, of course, the greatest twist when Senior walked in as well and the four were together. And not only that, after the first bell rang, they just gave us one of the best dust-ups for years in a British ring. And yeah, it may not be for a world title, but it was Eubank against Benn, and it was fabulous. And yeah, the two of them, there were the weight clauses, there was the hospitals afterwards. It was a tough fight. It was brutal. But I do think that we want to see it again. Look, the rematch with the fathers wasn't as good at Old Trafford in terms of they didn't engage as much. I think these two do. I think they just start off where they left off round 13. I think there'll be more twists and turns in the build-up to November. It's back at Tottenham, which is a fantastic stadium for boxing, and I think it will be a great fight. Why wouldn't we get excited about it?
Why? A lot has been made from the fact that it's not for a title. I think it's an incredibly weak argument because I think I might say the majority of boxing matches aren't for a title. So why is so much being made about this one not being for a title? I don't get that.
Some people say to me, well, it's unfair on fighters who want to become a world champion and that sort of phrase that you maybe dream of when you're a kid. I get that argument, but it's entertainment, it's box office. And these two names, the history, the legacy, the fact they hate each other, the needle, and they didn't give us a bore. They gave us an absolute humdinger. So let's see it again. It's terrific. It doesn't matter whether there's a title on the line. We're going to be tuning in. We're going to be there.
Do you think any of them two will become eventually a world champion?
I think they both got the potential. Eubank, obviously, at the twilight end of his career, he's got to get a move on. Maybe he'll just fall short. Conor Benn, if he drops down in weight, yes, he's got the opportunities, but I think he's going to have revenge on his mind here. I think even though he lost that first fight, he's going to come out of that feeling as though he's done enough to give him a great chance second time round. For Eubank, he gutted it out down the stretch. I was really impressed with Chris that night in April, and he's got to do it all over again. Can he do it with the weight stipulations? I think it's fascinating.
Two fights to cram into the next 2 minutes. We have to talk about Canelo Alvarez against Terence Crawford. It's labelled as Fight of the Century.
Wow.
I mean, Bentley's been talking about this one.
Wow. Yeah, they've got a whole Ring magazine completely about that one fight. That shows
Are you going to that?
What a super fight it is. There is a fight that night as well in Belfast with Donovan and Crocker on DAZN too, so I'll be there, but of course...
You got the short straw for that?
We'll be tuning in. Listen, we all want to be in Vegas, don't we? Canelo Crawford.
It's going to be great though, right?
It's a mega fight. Yeah. It's fantastic, and Canelo is one of the greatest fighters of our generation, of course, a legend, and Terence Crawford, underrated for so long, multi-weight world champion. Can he do the impossible, step up and beat Canelo? I think he can.
I was about to say, do you think he wins it? And also, why is Crawford, like, he's a superstar, but he's not the superstar that he should be considering how good he is?
You know your stuff. Correct. He is a trade superstar. He's not known down the streets. And I hope this is the fight and the night that turns him into one. Canelo will have other ideas. Beating him in Vegas with the Mexican machismo and everything, the pride and all. Canelo will want this badly. But I just wonder with timing whether it's time for Terence Crawford.
I was going to ask you about that because quite often we see super fights and it's a little bit too late. They've missed their best. Where are these two in their career?
Well, there's an argument that maybe we've seen the best of Canelo, but still he is the undisputed champion. He is a force to be reckoned with. And Terence Crawford is getting on in age, but doesn't show any signs of decline. This is a fantastic fight, whenever they would have made it. But this is a great one for September. It is a super fight, and it's going to be a cracking build-up and a wonderful night in Vegas.
Last fight to talk about I have to talk about Jake Paul against AJ. Is this actually going to happen?
Possibly, yes.
It's nuts.
And there's silence in the studio.
I just can't believe that it will be allowed to happen.
Andy, I've been banging on for ages about Fury Joshua. Come on, let's have 2 of them in 2026. But the momentum seems to be moving towards this oddity with Jake Paul and AJ.
Insane, isn't it?
It is insane, but then boxing has at times been insane, and you never know. It's the most unpredictable of sports, and what the YouTubers have done. Jake Paul has put bums on seats. What he has done is he's brought the women in, which is fantastic, just signing Terry Harper up to MVP. I was there for Katie Taylor's win the other night. He's done fantastically for the women. Now, look, he's laced a pair of gloves on a few times. He's got a decent record at a level. AJ needs a fight. It's a mad fight. People are saying AJ destroys him like he did in Ngannou, but Jake Paul wants to take the challenge.
It shouldn't go more than a round.
And people will watch.
Of course, but
the younger generation.
But people watch, car crash TV. It shouldn't go more than a round. It'd be embarrassing for AJ if it goes more than a round, right?
Yes, probably, but I mean, who knows? It's mad. It's absolutely mad.
Smudge, that's all we've got time for. What are you doing now with the day? You going to do a bit of sunbathing, do a bit of shopping?
Sunbathing and shopping.
What are you going to do?
Prepare for Moses Atama against Dillian White, for Nick Ball as well, and a big fight between Filip Hrgovic and David Adelaide that's happening out there as well. Good, interesting heavyweight mix. Can't wait to get on that plane to Riyadh and see Ed Spencer and the Ball.
Nice.
Do you know what? I love Nick Ball. I know we didn't mention him enough.
Nick Ball, the only UK male world champion we've got. He's fantastic, isn't he? Isn't he great?
Yeah.
Great character.
Tiny.
Great character.
Yeah.
Always fun to watch. Really good fighter.
Well, you've been great coming in. Thanks for that. Are you going business class? How they treat you?
I don't know.
Don't go. You do know.
I don't care.
First, not business first.
No, don't be ridiculous.
I think it's the same, isn't it, on Emirates?
No.
Is it?
Trust me, there's one further.
Mention my name, you get an upgrade. When we come back,
I'll do that.
You'll get downgraded, trust me. When we come back, we're talking about Isak. Apparently, he's packed his bag, literally packed his bags. Newcastle fans and football fans, what do you make about that? You'll be next. 03717 223344.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money. and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Welcome back to our number 2 driver talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent here, everyone. Oh yeah, oh yeah. How's your leg? Oh, I got a little cut in it, a little graze.
Right.
No, you got a plaster in your knee. No grown man should have a plaster. You know Del the back?
Yeah.
He cut his shin a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Just cut his shin, random little cut.
Yeah.
Plaster, grown man plaster.
You need to.
What's he talking about?
Stop the bleeding.
How long's it bleeding for? You got a little cut.
No, stop the bleeding.
No, you don't need that. Still to come, we ask if Man United should go all out to get PSG keeper Donnarumma. Imagine if we got him.
Why would he go to a club with no Champions League football?
Imagine that. Imagine that.
No Champions League football.
Getting win the Champions League next year. But now,
you're not in it.
No, I mean I'm following you. Should the transfer window close before the season starts?
Down to Isak. It's a second goal. It's another goal for Newcastle United. It's converted from 10 yards out by Alexander Isak.
He won't play for them again, even if they don't sanction a move away from Liverpool in this transfer window.
His conduct has been disgusting. The whole situation could have been handled better.
And that shouldn't be something that should be allowed, because a contract has to mean something.
Isak is a brilliant player and he's done amazing things for us. If he wants to go, Liverpool fans, you can have him. We don't want him anymore.
all a bit bark in this. Newcastle striker Alexander Isak will reportedly refuse to play for the club ever again, no matter whether or not he gets his move to Liverpool. He's also apparently moved out of his home as he attempts to force the move through this summer. This is nuts. Liverpool have already had one bid rejected. Newcastle insists the player isn't for sale unless someone is ready to pay £150 million. Former Villa striker Gabriel Bonhor was with Ali McCoist on the breakfast show this morning. Wasn't happy with Isak's behaviour.
Who does he think he is, by the way?
Correct.
Like, listen, I can't banter with Newcastle, but like, who do you think you are, mate?
Correct, mate.
Who do you think you are?
Has that been released? That's crookie.
Yeah, it's been confirmed. Like, wow. Who do you think you are?
That's exactly what I am.
Disgusting. What that club's done for you.
And by the way, have a think about
Jesus.
this. Have a think about this. If you're Liverpool, or you're Liverpool fans, is that the kind of person you want to be signing?
Real Madrid won him in 2 years when he's 27. He'll do the same to you.
Of course you will.
I think that is the type of person you want. You just want a goal scorer, right?
Yeah, and listen, a lot of top players have that little bit of arrogance too.
Yeah, of course, right?
So
they all force through a move.
I look at that and think, I understand where the boys are coming from, and they're right. But let's be kind of honest about it. The way he's kind of conducting himself, certainly packing his own bags and packing the house and saying he's never going to play, this is disgusting. I don't condone that one bit, right? But there is a bit of a difference between going from Newcastle to Liverpool. Like, there's a considerable jump there in terms of size of the club. The club, obviously the best team in the league last year. They're going to be going for honours and stuff. So I understand that the next move to Real Madrid, okay, that's a different question. But in wanting to move from Newcastle to Liverpool, I can fully understand that. The way he's gone about it, it's going to be tough. And I look at Isak, and Newcastle have been renowned for years for having top quality centre forwards throughout as long as I can remember. So the obvious one, of course, is Shearer. Then you Les Ferdinand, unbelievable. Andy Cole, unbelievable. They've had some really, really good centre forwards. Now, you put Shearer on his own because he's the all-time record goal scorer. I think Isak is probably just below Shearer. And the reason why I say just below, and he's probably above maybe Coley and Les, he delivered a trophy. Like, not only did he deliver it, he scored. He's obviously hit 20 the last couple of seasons. He scored in the final. He's won them. They beat Liverpool in the final to win the trophy. They've been pining for a trophy, and he was a big part of that. So I think Newcastle fans after that game and at the end of the season would have put him at just below Shearer. I'm not putting him on the level of Shearer because Shearer's crazy. But the fact he's gone and done this now, they'll never ever forgive him for it. Ever.
All players do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gyökeres has done it.
Yeah.
Falls through that move, right? I sort of feel Tesco's probably done it. Right? Oh,
who?
Tesco.
Oh, right. I don't know why. When you said Tesco's probably done it, I thought Tesco. What?
Every little helps.
Yeah.
Right? I think all players that think they are better than the club they're currently at would do it. I think it's only natural.
Well, do you know,
I haven't got a problem with
I'm not sure it's they think they're better than the club they're at, but they just want to go to a better club. Not so much they think they're bigger. Like he's not bigger than Newcastle. That's fact.
No, but he thinks he's too good for Newcastle.
Yeah, well, he thinks the club that he's going to is in a better place and to compete for trophies for
Yeah, but also we always have a pop at a player that doesn't show ambition, right? For instance, Matt Le Tissier spent his entire career at
Southampton, yeah.
right? And whenever you talk about great players never to win a trophy, so Matt Le Tissier's name's come up, and that's because you always question whether or not. Yeah, now for Matt Le Tissier, he loved Southampton, he wanted to stay there, but we still question ambition. Yeah. If you are someone like Isak and you want to play at the biggest and best club, I don't think there's anyone on the planet, even the hardened Newcastle fans, could argue that Newcastle's bigger than Liverpool because they're just simply not. Right? Liverpool's one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Probably second biggest in the Premier, say.
Yeah, joint with Man United, right? It pains me to say it, but they are, right? Their trophy haul is as good. And so if a club like that comes in for you, you have to want to go, right? No disrespect to Newcastle or whatever club you're at, you have to want to go. But the thing that hurts the fans is the manner in which it's just a down tools. Now, what I would love is for Newcastle's owners who've got gazillions to go, okay, don't play again. You've got 3 years left, sit in the stands. And it's very difficult when you've got commodity worth over £100 million.
Do you know what the problem is as well? Because, I mean, if that happened, like if this is Tottenham, I promise you, Daniel Levy's not letting it happen.
He's not letting you go.
He does not. He will not letting it go.
No.
Until he gets his 150.
Yep.
You're not going, right? But the problem we have now, which all of a sudden now, I know it's been around for a long time, but it just seems to be the last few seasons. It's been evident. Is PSR, like financial fair play.
Yeah.
Now Newcastle cannot afford, if they want to bring players in, they cannot afford to have a player there, 100 million, that just doesn't want to play. At some point, you're going to have to get rid of him to kind of balance the books. But I always think as well, if the worst thing happened and he had to play because Liverpool couldn't stump up the money and then the window's shut, they couldn't get it over the line. How does he ever go back to playing for Newcastle? It simply, he will do, But how that's going to be so hard for him.
You say that right. So Newcastle, they go to Villa. It's
Yeah.
live on talkSPORT Saturday lunchtime, right? Now, I don't think he'll be playing in that because the window closes September the 1st. So this is a game before the window closes. But let's just say the window closed today and the Villa one, the weekend live on talkSPORT, was his first game.
Yeah.
And he played in it
Yeah.
and he scored the winner. All is forgotten.
No, it's not. Absolutely not. No, the fans will be cheering,
Yeah.
but no way. Did you see? I know it's completely different. Did you see at the weekend Leicester versus who did Leicester play? They beat someone 2-1. Sheffield Wednesday. Did you see when Wout Faes scored?
Yeah, no, I know.
He scored the winner,
I know.
and they were still giving it to him.
No, but
And this is 10 times bigger.
yes, but football fans, they have short memories.
They'll never forgive him. Even if he scores the winner and scores 20,
But their second game, I think I'm right in saying that St James is against Liverpool.
oh my, there will be fans waiting for him. When you live up there, I promise you,
You're right, it's like religion. Up
you
there.
you cannot escape it. Now, them Newcastle fans will be hurting because you're right. They took a chance on him from Sociedad. Weren't quite sure how good he was. I wasn't quite sure how good he was. He's gone to Newcastle, and let's be honest, he's turned himself into one of the best strikers in Europe, and certainly an argument he's the best all-round centre forward in the Premier League. Him or Haaland, you take your pick, right? Yeah. And the fact that you've just completely, because I didn't see this coming, completely down tools. Like he had a chance to be. Well, he probably is a Newcastle legend. They would have looked at him as a Newcastle legend. Like they would have looked at him like, as I said, just under Alan Shearer, he would have been put up there with one of the greatest centre forwards to ever play for that football club. Now they despise him. Absolutely despise him.
What happens next? So he's packed up his house, apparently.
Right move.
He's on right move, right? He's in the car park next to Wingy. What happens now? Where do we go from here? Because Liverpool, when they put in that offer, I think it was about 110 million, Liverpool said, take it or leave it. We're not coming... Imagine that statement. We're not coming back with a better offer. So what happens?
My only thing is, right, if you're a player and you're this, like, adamant, I'm not playing for you again, he must have been told that they're coming. No player. I mean, Odin Wingham is obviously the famous one where he said, yeah, the deal will get done. He's outside the stadium. They shut the doors, turn the lights off, and he just sit in his car. But I think
Sorry, did they turn off the lights? Is that real?
Yeah, all lights off.
All lights off?
Lock the stadium.
No,
I promise you, back you go. Remember, it's QPR who's trying to go, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't get it done. I think for this one, someone has said to him, you're going to have to go full metal here, like probably down tools. Liverpool are coming. Because if you know they're not coming back, or you're a little bit indecisive, you don't do this.
Okay. Yes or no, will he play for Newcastle again?
No.
Okay.
I think Liverpool will be back for him.
Okay. Yes or no, will he be a Newcastle player when the window closes?
Yeah, this is going to take some time.
You think he'll be there when the window closes?
I think this might be like a Berber situation.
Hold on. So I said, will he play for Newcastle? You said no, but you think he'll be there when the window closes? Hold on. So you think he'll be at the club till at least January and not play?
100%. No, hold on. Until when? January?
Next window opens.
Oh no, I think he'll go this window.
Oh, that's what I asked.
Yeah, but when the window, he'll still be at Newcastle.
Yeah.
What, like?
Do you want me to ask the question again?
Yeah, because you've confused me.
No, it's a very simple question.
No, but basically, he'll still be at Newcastle.
Will he play for Newcastle again?
No.
Okay, when the window closes in 3 weeks' time.
Oh, he'll be gone by then.
He'll be gone.
He'll be gone by then.
Where will he be at?
He'll go to Liverpool. But my point is, I don't think the deal gets done before the weekend.
Right.
So he's going to have to sit there while there's games going on before he leaves.
Okay. Last question. Will he be a Liverpool player when Liverpool play Newcastle?
Second game of the season, I'm thinking.
I mean, what a game that would be.
I think.
By the way, that's Monday night, I think I'm right saying. And
I think he becomes after that, just after
that. Newcastle fans and football fans, Isak, how do you feel about a player that's literally got the cardboard boxes out and packed up his house, wants to move? 03717 223344. We take calls right after this live and drive on talkSPORT. listen to Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, alongside Phil de Cam. Will be asking if you feel sorry for Palace. Just quickly, Dillian White has said that Anthony Joshua should fight Jake Paul if the payday's big enough. That's just nuts, that fight. Forest, they're close to agreeing a deal for Man City midfielder James McAtee. Right, we'll take your calls in just a moment. First, it's time for this.
Couldn't believe you got a yellow card for that. The game's gone.
Honestly, I've seen my Sunday League team defend better than our back line. Welcome to Sorry, not that. Moany fans on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Now, earlier on, we heard from Dylan from our friends at Paddy Power for this week's Moany fans. And his moan of the week was that players might have too much power and control over clubs at the moment. Well, Benny and I are going to see if we can outmoan Dylan on this one. We've each got 30 seconds to vent. And producer Joe's doing nothing today. Is he in today? I can't even see him. Oh, he's there. He's behind the camera. I'm going to decide whether or not we've outmown Dylan. Do you want to go first?
You can go first.
You don't want to go first?
No.
I'll go first. Have you got 30 seconds yet? Right. What's the question? Do players have too much power? Well, it all depends on whether or not this move goes through, for my money, right? I think the players think they've got the power, but because there's so much money involved in football, and as you said, it's all about commodities and whether or not you can let a player worth £100 million sit on the bench and do nothing when you've got financial fair play to meet. I think that the players or the clubs have got their hands tied. So I would say the players do have way too much power and control. I think it all comes down to whether or not the player wants to play for that club, because ultimately Isak's going to leave. That was really good, wasn't it? I took that really professionally and sensibly.
Have I got to do... What have I got
30 seconds starts now. Press it, Jack.
So I think I agree with you.
Oh, there you go. Sit, stop.
Yeah, the player power, of course they've got too much power now. And again, it felt like PSR wasn't a real thing years ago, but all of a sudden, the last few seasons, it's become a real thing. Teams getting punished. And I think now when you've got good players in your squad that are doing really well and want to leave the football club, if they're prepared to just down tools, they'll probably take the fines. But if they're going to down tools and they don't want to play for you again, of course they've got all the power, because then you have to sell them because you have to balance the book. So, yeah, for me, players have got all the power nowadays, but which seems like a new thing.
Stop. Producer Joe, it says here, Producer Joe will decide whether we've outmoaned Dylan. So he just said, nah, Dylan won. That's it. There you go. That was the result from Producer Joe. That's Paddy's Powers Moany fans for today. TeamPlusGambleAware.org.
Moany fans on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
More importantly,
sorry, someone's made a good point here. But Andy, that wasn't a moan. That was an opinion.
Yeah. Who's that?
No name.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing to do with me, the sponsorship. Right? I just literally read what's in front of me. Okay. But I read it well. Jonathan is a Newcastle fan, wants to talk about Isak. Hi, Johnny.
Hey, mate. How's it going, boys? You all right?
Oh, great. You sound very chirpy. Where are you, John, in the world?
Yeah, Chipper, mate. I'm just on the A1, driving back up to Darlington towards Newcastle.
What's that road like?
Nice.
It's nice road.
Oh, mate, actually, you've just had the traffic on saying that the southbound carriageway is shut, and I'm just driving past all the standstill cars.
Hold on.
They're having a nightmare, mate. I'm cruising in the fast lane, boys.
Was that our traffic update that you listened to?
Yeah, that was your traffic update,
do you know
mate.
what? You are the first person ever that I know that's heard a traffic update and it's been relevant to them. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, there you go, mate. There's a first for everything.
There is.
Couple of things, boys. Couple of things, chaps. Andy, did you used to do Soccer Saturday?
No.
Back in the day?
No.
No. Well, I didn't think you did, but you should tell people that you did. You sound like, you could have been a presenter on it.
Are you talking about Soccer AM or Soccer AM?
No, Soccer AM, yeah, sorry. Soccer AM.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I did it for one season. It was appalling.
I thought you did. It was appalling.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy
You
it.
thought you were Jeff Stelling?
No.
I thought you were Jeff Stelling, mate. Yeah, sorry.
That's the biggest insult I've ever had in my life.
No. I genuinely meant Soccer AM.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, go on.
Fellas, I digress. The whole Isak situation, right? So, look, ultimately, and this touches on the Sesko thing as well. I feel like, has Sesko just gone to United because he wants to win things? I doubt it. I also think that they can afford to pay players more, right?
Of course.
Ultimately,
Hold on. He's gone to Man United because it's Man United.
Yeah, but he's also gone because they're going to be able to pay him, X amount more than what Newcastle could pay him. Am I right, Benny, or am I wrong?
you know what, there's an element to that. Of course, Man United are going to pay more, but also as well, I'll let you finish your point in a minute, but from a different perspective, is that if he doesn't take the Man United deal now and Man United fly next season, they might not be back in for him. So it's almost like one of those scenarios where I've got to strike now.
That's true. But also then, that falls into, United have been in free fall the last few seasons. Is Amarin's system even going to work in the Premier League? Who knows? It's a lot of ifs and buts there. No doubt, Man United are by far the bigger club, bigger history. But right now, over the next couple of seasons, would you pick Newcastle's project, playing under Eddie Howe?
Man United.
Nobody can... Right, okay, fair enough, because you're a Man United fan. But
just
for the neutral,
everyone on the planet would pick Man United.
Why? Why would you?
Because they're Man United. They're a bigger club. Why would you pick Newcastle?
Of course they're a bigger club, but finishing 16th. You've got players revolting. You've got.
When was the last time Newcastle won the Premier League? Right, never.
Right. Okay, never. Yeah, I get that, mate. I get that.
Yeah, but come on, 13 years ago, wasn't it?
I'm talking about. Yeah, but I'm talking about.
When was the last time Newcastle won a trophy? Right.
Last year.
No, apart from that.
Mate, what do you mean? When the last time we won a trophy?
Man United not winning Premier Leagues or European Cups, but they're winning FA Cups, they're winning Europa Leagues, or they're winning League Cups. United still win trophies.
Andy, I'm not arguing with you, mate. Honestly, I'm not even discussing with you. The Man United are a bigger club, but right now, the club seem to be in free fall, playing some of the worst football you've seen in a generation, perhaps. At least last season we played some attractive football. We've got Champions League. The project here and now, Man United moving forward the next 10 years, they're going to come back. They obviously are. But right now, you're going to go to United because they're paying you an extra 50 grand a week. That's the only reason you've got.
That's part of the reason. I wouldn't say it's the only reason, but it's certainly part of the reason. I can't disagree with that. Let's quickly go to Ewan, a Newcastle fan. Hi, Ewan.
Hi, mate. How you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you today?
Yeah, not bad. It's a bit warm up here in Newcastle. Too warm.
I mean, you're saying it like it's not my fault. It's something I can do.
well, yeah, true.
What would you like to say, Ewan?
Well, I had a couple of points. I think the first one was just to say, I don't think anyone in Newcastle would begrudge Isak wanting to get a better wage, go to a club where he thinks he's going to win more trophies about it, right? He'd had a dodgy stint at Dortmund, and then a kind of streaky, inconsistent stint at Sociedad. So to spend 65 million on him was a gamble. No one else was taking it. Lots of teams are watching him, but no one else was going to do it. And then he's done that. Eddie Howe's brought him on, as you say, into probably the most complete centre forward out, apart from Haaland in the league.
I think he's better all round.
Yeah, well, and for him to then kind of forget all that and be like, nah, I want to leave, and just down tools rather than, you saw what Cristiano Ronaldo did at your boys at Man U. He didn't get his move 1 year, but he waited out the time and went, okay, stick around and we'll get the move at a decent price. To kind of go away about the way he has is what's kind of not really cool for me anyway. But then the second thing I wanted to sort of really ask actually was for Benty, because if he does stay, and I don't know if you've had experience of players who've done this in your teams, what's it like for other players in the squad? Do they get the hump? Do they not really care?
Nah, do you know what?
How is it then to build bridges?
Nah, do you know what it is, right? Because in the dressing room, it's a completely different. Like them conversations in the dressing room will be going on anyway. So like players will be going in the morning, and they might even be cracking jokes like, "Still here then?" But they'll be like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Well, I want to go to Liverpool. I've got to do this." So all the players in the dressing room will understand, because if they all had the opportunity to go, they'd do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? So the dressing room, if you had to integrate back into the dressing room, that would not be a problem.
What people fail to understand is that a dressing room is exactly like a normal job, right? Because they're all footballers.
Yeah.
A normal job. If you worked in a bank, if you worked in a, I don't know what I'm going to say, casino.
Yeah.
Casino. If you worked in a laundrette, I don't know why I'm coming up with these.
Yeah. Laundrette, casino.
I don't.
Bank. Jeez.
You can tell what I've been doing a week. But if you've got a group of friends that all work together,
yeah,
it's exactly. There's no difference, right?
No.
People think because it's a footballer or because like our job, you and I, we still go down to a canteen.
Yeah.
We'll all sit with our production team. We'll all have a chat. We'll all, if someone's thinking they're leaving, we'll all have exactly the same discussion.
Yeah.
So footballers are no different.
No, of course, and the dressing room is a sacred place. But you have these. I remember I've given you the story about when I left Tottenham to go to Sunderland, and I'm on the runway, the plane, and then I have to get off. Do you know what I mean? It's just all the players know exactly what's going on. But I mean, it's just disappointing the way it's ended, because I remember Arsenal being linked with him when he was at Sociedad, and I looked at him and I thought, I'm not quite sure he's the real deal. But he's turned himself, and Eddie Howe deserves a lot of credit because he's done that with a number of players. He's turned himself into an absolute superstar, which is why Liverpool are prepared to pay over 100 million for him.
Still to come, we'll be asking if you feel sorry for Crystal Palace. First, it's time for no Googling. We've been discussing Alexander Isak. We want to know who was the first Swedish player ever to win the Premier League. You know that? I might give you... What do you think his first name begins with?
What?
What do you mean what? What do you think his first name begins with?
First name?
It's not M.
Oh, F.
No. Who are you thinking of?
Freddie.
No. It's not him. I'll give you one of my convoluted clues. Live on Drive on talkSPORT right after this.
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend. Even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there actually any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads for a century. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. His Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this kind of protection was pretty important for footballers. And so, in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says they must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, even though there have been calls for it to be changed. But for now, that's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
make of the temperature in here? Because when we were downstairs in the bunker, you were constantly changing.
I would now, but I can't reach it.
Are you not happy with it?
No, I like a bit warmer.
All right.
Do you mind if I put a little bit of heat?
I do mind, yeah. Leave it alone. I'll break your other leg. Before the break, I asked a question. I've got a clue lined up, right? It was, who's the first Swedish player ever to win the Premier League? You ready for your clues?
Blomqvist.
Oh, fuck.
Was that right?
I had some unbelievable.
Nah, is that real?
Yeah.
That's honestly, I'm sorry.
Do you want to know what his first name clue was?
Right.
It was going to be a two-part. What's Adam Smith famous for saying?
Lift off rage, yeah?
No.
Oh.
My impression of him.
Yes.
And then what am I famous for?
Grey hair?
No, not grey hair. Great hair. But hair.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yes, hair.
Yes, hair. Bloomquist. Still to come, we'll be having some fun with the best of talkSPORT. Well, first, if you were listening to Drive last week, you may have heard that I managed to win my first ever game on the Pro Pool Tour over in Florida. Have you got nothing, absolutely nothing. It says here, discuss your week in Florida. Let's discuss it, Benny. What are you doing? What are you doing with the mouse? Why have you got a mouse? What's that do?
I need that.
What are you doing?
Play my screen down here.
Right, listen, let's talk about the week.
No, it's me, sorry. That's so funny.
So rude.
Jack.
We've put this moment aside for this little chat.
No, but listen, first of all, I'll start. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I watched your first game against Elder Pearl and I was like, oh my. I was watching it on the way to paddle. I didn't even drive.
That's right. Everything you do is on the way to
Yeah,
paddle.
and I went, oh my goodness, the guy's gone all the way over to America and embarrassed himself. But then...
Can I just talk about that game?
Go on.
So I gave him way
too much respect.
Way too much.
You know, even some of your shots you didn't believe you were going to pot it.
Yeah, I did. Firstly, they sat me on the wrong side of the table. They sat me near the audience. I didn't want to be too close. I could hear them.
What?
Like, just talking. Ugh. I should have been on the other side, right? But
Earl gets that.
Also, yeah, Earl gets that. But also, I gave him way too much respect. And in the first rack, I don't want to talk about rack. I hate people. We go, I potted that ball on the third. But on the first rack, my first shot, I got him in a snooker.
Yeah.
And I left the combination of 2-9, right? So I could hit the 2, hit the 9, and potted it. And he was snookered on the 1.
Yeah.
And I thought, even if he misses it or hits it, if I pop the 1, I've won the rack, first one. And not only does he hit it, he flukes a ball.
Mm.
And then he pots the 1 and does it. So I'm 1-0 down, and I'm thinking, that's how lucky is that? And then he went 3-0 down, and then I pull one back 3-1. But I played rubbish. And I've played, how many matches? 2, 4, 8 matches I played now. And that's the only match where I've come off the table and thought, I didn't play well. Even when I've got beat, I've thought, okay, that's the best I've given. And I got beat, but I couldn't. But that was a match I didn't enjoy.
They were really
enjoy it.
They were really complimentary on the commentary, though.
Oh, they weren't. They were insulting me, right?
No, they weren't.
Oh, really?
No, yeah, they were saying about how you've always played Q Sports.
All right.
And that you've been involved in pool and snooker for a long time.
Yeah.
They even talked about who used to play.
Ollie Clint doing that?
No, I'm talking about on.
Oh,
I was watching the. Oh, of course. So I wasn't watching here. I was watching the WNT feed.
Oh, right. Okay.
So and they were being complimentary.
Okay, yeah, that's nice.
I don't know about here.
Yeah.
But
no, of course they weren't here. Yeah.
But no, yeah, they were talking about a story about you and Jimmy or stuff like that. Did you have a rag that was Jimmy's or something?
The towel that I used to wipe my cue.
It's Jimmy's.
Was Jimmy White's.
Yes.
And I, as a 12-year-old, I went to see him in Richmond.
They said all of that.
Yeah, I know because I told them that before. Although what was weird about that is Phil Yates, the brilliant Phil Yates, was commentating on that, and I said to him, "Listen, if it ever comes up, the rag I'm using, I got when I was
Bill
12.
Gates.
Phil Yates.
Oh,
Phil Yates talks like that. I said I got it off Jimmy White when I was about 12. I went to see him play, and he went, all right. So in commentary, because I watched it back, and he says, "Yeah, I was talking to Andy before. He got that cloth off Jimmy White himself. Got it signed." I thought, I never told you that.
Yeah, did you get it signed?
No. You got it signed.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. You got it signed.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Made that up. But yeah, so anyway, that match against her, I was like, I played awful. But then...
Here we go. Performance of the century.
Then I played my next match. I can't remember the fella I played. But I knew straight away, I had a chance because he was similar level to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I rushed into like a 3 or 4-0 lead. And then I went 7-3. It's first at 8, 7-3 up or 7-4 up. And had a 9. Oh, yeah. Had a 9 ball to win it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm down on the shot, and Ryan Bryan, who came out with me, right, he's right in my eye line.
Put the camera up.
He shuts it right in front of me, as I'm down on the shot, shuts his laptop, picks up his camera, turns it on, the light goes on, and I miss it. I miss the ball, right? I'm thinking, right, and then it goes 7-5, then it goes 7-6. I'm thinking, if I lose from 7-4 up,
Ryan's getting the sack.
And I'll never live it down. Anyway, so when it went 7-6, and I had the 8 ball down the rail, I went over to Ryan and I went, Ryan, don't move. And he went, what? And I went, I can see you. Just don't move. And he was like, oh, okay. And I got down, hit the 8, and then put the 9.
Okay, so you won that one, and then what are you thinking going into your third?
I think it don't matter what happens in my next match because I've won.
And then you won again.
And then when I play better in the second match, won 8-4.
Okay, and then what happened in the last game?
And then the third match was like 2 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock.
That'd be the fourth match, Andy.
No, that day. I played 3 matches that day.
Okay, yeah.
And to celebrate my 2 wins, I went to the bar with Ryan and had about 3 or 4 beers. And it was late at night and I was a little bit tired. I was a little bit...
Why are you doing that?
I was celebrating. It didn't matter, right? I was never going to win.
You say that? How'd you know?
Well, because anyway, so I had about 3... It wasn't 4. I had 3 beers. And I played. I was quite relaxed.
Got smashed, didn't you?
No.
8-2.
I think it was 8-3. But I had chances. But the guy...
See, if you hadn't had the beers, you'd have potted them.
No, because that's doing a disservice to the fella that beat me. He was much better than me. And I had chances, but he was much better than me. So I was going to lose anyway. But I was gutted, but it's just brilliant. Proud
of your performance.
Yeah.
So will you be participating in any more WNT tours?
Yeah, they want me to... Well done for keep saying WNT.
You get it in.
Well done, yeah.
Nice.
They want me to go to Vietnam and play. I'd love to go over there.
So you requested more time off?
Well, that's the problem, right? Because if I go, I don't get paid, right? So unless what? Unless Liam goes.
Adrian was very good as well. Listen, last thing you want to do, Adrian, is creak that door a little bit.
You know what Adrian's like, right? Give him a little.
He'll kick that door off the hinges, man.
Yeah.
So you need to.
But yeah, I'm staying.
But no, yeah. Listen, I wonder where that ranks though. Where would people rank that? Do you think in terms of? Because remember, you are a presenter, broadcaster that's gone into a world competition and won 2 games.
Absolute garbage.
I would say. I'm not coming to your wedding now, Zach. I would say that's never been done.
You don't think so?
I don't think in the history of sport, a broadcaster has taken part in a professional competition and won.
Do you think that's more impressive? I'm going to give you a couple of examples.
Yeah.
Raducanu winning US.
Yeah, I think it's more impressive. Well, she's a tennis player, right?
Okay, Littler getting to the final at 16.
Littler, the professional darts player?
Yeah.
The professional darts player?
Jeez.
Oh, where do you rank it? If someone commentates on boxing, if Adam Smith, yes. If he had a professional fight and won, that's the same thing.
Oh, okay, but Freddie Flintoff did that.
What?
Didn't he get a boxing thing?
Yeah,
Rio did that as well.
Professionals. Rio bottled it, didn't he?
No, he boxed, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He pulled out.
I'm sure he boxed.
No. Pulled out.
I'm sure he did have one.
I know for a fact he didn't. It was all Paddy Powers and he didn't do it.
Okay, but what's called did it? Freddie did it.
It was not a professional bout.
Yeah, it was a bout.
It wasn't professional, mate.
It was a professional.
No, I'm the only. It's a world record. I'm the only broadcaster ever to take part.
Richard Dawson, Flintoff won on points.
Yeah, but it wasn't professional.
It was an official sanctioned boxing fight.
Oh, there you go. Me and Freddie, the only 2.
Wow. So you think you put it up there?
Yeah, I'd say.
You think it's more impressive than Pele with the 2 goals in the World Cup final?
Well, it's a team event, so yeah, he was carried. I'd say it's bigger than England winning the World Cup in '66.
You are honestly.
Where would you rank it?
Listen, it's what an achievement is.
Thank you.
But come on.
Can I just say as well, just on the back of it, I did 5 parks in 4 days.
Yeah.
Right? So I did Universal, I did Epcot, I did Magic Kingdom. I can't remember them all, right? Hollywood Studios. They are unbelievable. I went to Star Wars World in Hollywood Studios. Oh my God. It was in
Star Wars World. How old are you? 15.
Oh mate, I flew the Millennium Falcon.
See?
It was one of the greatest experiences ever. It was so expensive. I don't know how people could afford it.
Was it? You know the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
It's a simulator, right?
As opposed to what? You think I'm actually flying?
No, but like I wasn't sure if you sit in like a it's like a roller coaster with
No, it's not a roller coaster. It's a simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I sat in a space simulator, right? There ain't no way Katy Perry's gone to space because I was in a simulator and absolutely bricked it. There ain't no way in a million years that woman or any of that gang went up.
What do you mean you bricked it? Why?
Because it's so scary being in a simulator. Flying all over.
I always think it's in simulators. I've not been in one for a long, long time.
Right.
But if you're on the Millennium Falcon ride,
yeah,
or the space one,
yeah,
surely if you just close your eyes or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But it was still scary, right? For me, there ain't no way Katy Perry went up in that rocket.
No,
it's not in a billion years.
What am I doing that?
Right. I went around Disney, right? And when you like hug a character, like Mickey, I was covered in Mickey, right? Covered in Minnie, covered in Pooh, like Winnie the Pooh.
What?
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, yeah.
But like you get all these characters. Oh my God! All little kids going, "It's Mickey Mouse," and there's me going, "It's Mickey Mouse." I'm very.
Yeah, you sent me a picture of you of Mickey and Minnie.
Oh yeah, I sent a picture of me having breakfast with Mickey Mouse, and Bentley replied, "She's fit."
No, you liar.
What did you reply?
No, don't.
What did you reply?
Liar.
What did you reply? And I went, "That's a bloke. That's Mickey."
Hey, listen.
What did you reply?
No, I didn't say that.
What did you reply?
I went, "Oh, there she is." what,
there she is. Okay, right.
She's fit, honestly. But, I apologise now.
But you did say she, and it was me. I mean, that's Mickey
Yeah,
Mouse,
I
mate.
must have looked properly,
One of
but-
those recognisable faces.
But
in the
there
world.
she is. Not she's
No,
fit.
you put she's fit.
Honestly. Mickey and Minnie.
What an unbelievable week. Very lucky boy. I know. By the way, it's the one and only time I've ever been there. Apart from when I was about 25, I went with my mates, but I've never been there. Apart from that, I'm very lucky. It was great.
So
great. Well, one of the best weeks of my life. It was.
Well, congratulations. You've done talkSPORT proud this time.
Thanks, man.
Rather than be the embarrassment of last time.
Yeah, I won 2 matches.
Yeah, you got.
Where's Clink now? You're not playing any Clink clips, are you? Goldstein wins in the next round. Yeah, very quiet in there, Jack, aren't you? Come at your wedding, I will. Still to come on Drive. We'll hear what on earth got into Simon Jordan this morning. That sounds weird.
A leading snooker player, Judd Trump, leading down to make. Oh God, I heard that.
Don't know what that means. Adrian Dunn will join us. Oh, here he is. Man to take my job. Drop of that. To tell us about his dream night last night.
Big, hairy Bosnian centre halves.
All like that dream. Plus, we'll cross live to Riyadh to speak to little Spencer Oliver.
Again, baby.
Yes, again. All that and loads more coming up the final hour drive. Blimey, is it that time already? With me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and when we come back, the best of talkSPORT.
You can forget gale force. There was hardly a breath of wind from Goldstein in Telford.
talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here, everyone. Still to come, we'll be asking if you feel sorry for Palace. Just quickly, Manchester, you're considering a move for Real Madrid winger Rodrigo this summer. And, well, Benny will like this, the NFL returns to Wembley in October as the LA Ramsters take on the Jacksonville Jags. And our competition to win VIP tickets is now open, Benny. Yes, we're giving you the chance to win 6 seats in a private box at Wembley Stadium with full hospitality plus $5,000 spending money. Here's how to enter: 18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland, for a chance to win. Text the word CASH, CASH, to 83338, and you are in the draw. The text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have bill payer's permission, or you can enter by free calling 0330 0330 880 3338. Let me say that number again: 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 25th of August at 11 p.m. It's a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. Right, time now for this. Yeah, time for the best talkSPORT friends. We run you through some of the recent island moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. Let's kick things off with the return of the Championship as Birmingham smashed Ipswich.
Well, 1-0, yeah.
1-1 last Friday. Here's Adrian Durham, Joe Shannon going through the Ipswich team.
Joe, quick question about the Ipswich Town. Number 17, not even on the bench tonight. How disappointed will Ed Sheeran be?
For a second there, I was questioning myself. I was thinking, where are my notes? Where are my notes?
Also, as well, if somebody is half decent that comes in and demands 17, that's going to be an interesting conversation, isn't it?
That's very true, actually. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, if somebody is half decent, then you play him, as in Ed Sheeran. If he's any good.
So embarrassing, your club.
No, it's not.
Like the last 4 seasons, the biggest selling shirt in the club shop is Ed Sheeran's.
What, so you mean,
it's not even a player.
No, but why would it be embarrassing when one of the biggest superstars on the planet?
It's the club that have done it, not Ed Sheeran, by the way.
No, but he's part owner.
No, but it's not his idea. The club have done
that's
it.
his.
No, it's not. He come out on social media the other day and said, no, it's doing me.
Well, whoever's idea it is, genius.
I don't think it is. By the way, have you watched the Birmingham City programme on Amazon?
No.
It is brilliant.
Is it?
Tom Brady, by the way, he's fantastic.
He's a legend.
No, but when you see his motivation and what he's... I mean, you can totally see why he's so successful.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. If Denzel starts supporting Ipswich, Denzel Washington, your favourite, and wants squad number 17, are you taking off Ed Sheeran?
I mean, if it was my option, I would say yes. But you'd have to think if Denzel wanted 17, Ed would go, do you know what? Just for the sake of Denzel Washington.
If Denzel wanted the 9 of Arsenal, how would you feel?
Take it. What, is he part owner? Or just wanted it for the sake of it?
Same as Ed Sheeran.
Oh, so he owns part of the club. Like he's on the board and that. Yeah, give it to.
What?
Yeah, give it to Denzel.
So weird.
Bex wanted 7
at
Man United.
No.
Shut up.
No, of course not.
Andy, be quiet. You love Bex.
Bex 7, 8, 9, 10, all of them. Aid will be back straight after us this evening, taking you around the grounds as the Carabao Cup returns.
Over to this morning's White and Jordan. Here's Simon going on another. What? Okay. Here's Simon going on another of his classic rants.
You can't bring a baby into a live sporting event. I think it's ridiculous. What? Okay.
Live sporting event?
Bring it to snooker then. Let's have a screaming kid in snooker. So when you've got a leading snooker player, Judd Trump, leading down to make.
Oh God, I heard that.
Well, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Is it acceptable for certain sports?
No. Well,
football.
Well, like what then? Boxing. Bring them to boxing so they can watch Blood and Thunder. Let's get them to the bare knuckle fighting.
How do you feel about crying babies at a tennis match?
Now, here's the thing, right? I came back on the flight this morning. I went on the red eye from America.
Yeah.
So I landed at 7 a.m. this morning. The whole flight, screaming child.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I've had kids before, so I know what it's like. I just wonder if you should get some kind of money back. 8 hours?
I think on the flight?
Yeah.
No, surely you've had kids, right? Sympathetic.
I know, but I felt so terrible
to
for them.
Really annoy me until I had kids, and now
I get it.
Second nature to me now.
I get it. It's nothing you can do, but still.
8
hours.
Hold on. Whose baby was it? Because if you're on a private jet, but if you're on a private jet, why are they on your jet for?
That's a very good point. They shouldn't have kids in first class.
No, so why are they on your? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. That.
Terrible, isn't it?
Would you rather be sat next to a crying baby or Simon Jordan on a long haul flight?
I like Simon. Yeah, without doubt.
Me too.
I'd learned loads of words. I'd learned.
Yeah, how would you get on in the talk?
If Jack was any good, he'd press that button now.
How would you get on in the talkSPORT bare knuckle boxing fight?
When's that happening?
No, would you do it though? And how do you
I bet
get
it's
on?
a YouTube channel set up in the next 10 minutes. Depends what I'm fighting.
The Moose.
I'll win that.
Okay. Jim and Sam will be back at the same time of 10 tomorrow morning, where they'll be joined by the former Liverpool and England midfielder legend Danny Murphy.
Let's finish with a clip from our brand new podcast, 21 minutes to go. Oh, this week's is brilliant. Every week, me and Cundy get together for a no-holds-barred, adults only. That means there's swearing. It's a show, it's a podcast. It lasts exactly 21 minutes and not a second more. Here's the animal-obsessed funboy revealing the biggest animal he could beat in a fight.
What dog?
Man, now there's a poodle.
I'm killing a poodle, mate.
Yeah?
I'm like,
All
yeah.
right. So Caligula's giving it all thumbs up.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Off you go.
Are you mended? Yeah, I'm back now, mate. Okay. Next week 3 now. All right. This is now live on Sky Sports. Okay.
Pay-per-view?
What?
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
All right. Pay-per-kill.
Pay-per-kill.
You are up against a swan.
Again, I'm taking my chances with this. I believe I'll beat a swan.
It's a great podcast, by the way. Week 5 we're up to now. It's doing really well. Downloads, 21 minutes to go. A swan and a poodle against Cundy with his dodgy knee. Who wins that?
The swan and the poodle.
You think so?
Yeah.
Same question to you. What's the biggest animal you reckon you could beat in a fight?
Gorilla.
What are you talking about? Do you think you could beat
a baby gorilla? Baby gorilla.
No, you could.
A baby one.
What are you talking about? Destroyer.
A baby gorilla.
Yes.
Nah, mate, trust, I'm taking that down.
How are you going to kill a baby gorilla? What are you doing?
I'm not really promoting animal violence.
No, we're
so,
not, but it's not real. It's not real.
No, but I just think I'd win.
How would you do it? Necklock?
Yeah.
And then strangle it?
I don't promote animal violence.
That's
no.
faded as well. No, we don't promote. It's not real. It's just for fun. You can find 21 minutes to go. It's spelt 2-1, or it's numbers, not spelt. 21 minutes to go wherever you get your podcast from. A new one drops every single Monday. And there's stuff about talkSPORT in it. There's stuff about Schmelz Herring in it. Right, so download. Episode 5 is out already. And, of course, make sure you got the talkSPORT app where you can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 and all of our other sister stations, so you never miss a moment. Last out of our show coming up in just a moment. But download. You can do it now. Download 21 minutes to go now. What are we laughing at?
Are we not? The mic's. Are we still on? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Jack Dave's played it up and drops it down. So I can
No, because someone's dodgy show this one. Bentley calling mice fit and wanting to beat up baby animals.
It's just a normal Monday or Tuesday.
John, yeah.
Tuesday, yeah.
No, I don't promote that animal.
No, we're not talking about because they have fun. That's the problem with the world, right? That the fun has been taken out. If we want to talk about you killing a baby ape, right?
What?
No, if we want to talk, it's jest. It's not real.
No. Do you know what? I said gorilla because I watched Tarzan yesterday.
Right. Why are you watching Tarzan?
Because that's what comes to my mind straight away, Tarzan. So,
okay.
That's what I watched.
Would you rather someone takes away from this? You thought Minnie Mouse was fit?
No, because you lied.
Or you could kill a baby?
No, because you lied.
Which one would you rather people take?
Oh, the Minnie Mouse thing.
What you think?
Sorry, Joe. We've got to go to break quickly. Do you know what? Quickly, I watched a film. I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Hold on, wait.
Tell
me that in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. So Bentley will explain why he thinks Minnie Mouse is fit.
No, I did not say.
And we'll talk about Crystal Palace as well. All of that coming up the last hour drive and talkSPORT.
I lived in a little village called Mockadot-de-Poissonnier, just outside Montreuil.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Welcome back to Last Hour Drive and talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein. Bent is here, everyone.
I don't know if you're responsible for someone losing a leg.
No, you don't. You don't. By the way, we've not even talked about the tips.
What?
In America, the tips.
Oh, okay, cool.
In America. 20%.
Oh, yeah.
20%. Honestly, someone opens your car door, you've got to give them $5.
What's wrong with that?
What?
What's wrong with that?
I'll open the door.
You don't like going near people, so you're right, you probably should open the door.
That's money well spent. Still to come, we'll be joined live from Riyadh by our boxing expert, Spencer Oliver. But now, Spurs will go up against PSG in the Super Cup tomorrow night. And, of course, it's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT.
These are the maestros, the best teams, the champions.
It's glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. They have won. The Europa League is theirs.
Gets a monkey off their back. Does it build a winning culture?
And then Mayulu, and there is number 5. It's not just a win, but the first win and the biggest win the Champions League final has ever seen.
Paris Saint-Germain 5, Inter Milan sank.
I've been amazed by the way Paris Saint-Germain played that game. I think it's historical.
The team from Stamford Bridge have absolutely hammered Paris Saint-Germain.
This was an underlining that PSG are not perfect.
Coming to a big club, there's pressures. We need to perform. It's not about surviving one game or 1 year or 18 months.
Could have shoots this time, he's not going to miss. It's Vitinha on the counter-attack for PSG to his right-hand side for Doué. And that is that.
Oh, yeah, Europa League winners Spurs. They head to Italy tomorrow to face the Kings of Europe, PSG, in tomorrow's, I've said tomorrow twice, UEFA Super Cup. It'll be Thomas Frank's first competitive game in charge of his side, and of course you can hear it live on talkSPORT. Build-up begins at 7 p.m. tomorrow. We'll also be hearing from Thomas Frank speaking to the media ahead of that game. Before the end of the show, does that game matter? Does that result mean that if Spurs win 1-0, if Spurs lose 6-0, does it matter?
Yeah, I think so, and certainly for Thomas Frank as well, getting that over the line. I mean, a lot of people poked fun at the Club World Cup, and Chelsea would turn up, rock that, won that.
Yeah.
It's a big deal winning these games. I mean, there's a trophy on offer there as well. It set up Thomas Frank for the perfect start to the season. I think they've had a good pre-season, brought in some really good players. And if they were to go and win this as well, I mean, it's another step. I think it's another big step forward. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to get hammered. It might happen, but if you can somehow win it, yeah, I think that does a lot of good.
That'd be nuts if they win.
A lot of good. Really? What, against PSG?
Yeah.
You say that, but you know what?
I know it would be better.
It would be, right?
Spurs win.
But PSG got absolutely ripped to pieces by Chelsea. Like that first half, because obviously I did the phone-in afterwards for talkSPORT. That game there could have been, first half, Chelsea should have been 5 up.
Palmer was ridiculous.
Ridiculous. All of them ridiculous.
No, I know, but if Spurs were to win the Super Cup, that is incredible.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Fair play to them if they do it.
How many times have you won a year at once?
No, yeah.
No, I'm just...
Yeah, Cup Winners' Cup, Alan Smith. Bosh!
Yeah,
Have that.
Spurs have won what? There's 4?
I mean, what okay.
I mean, that'd be 5. That's frightening.
Hold on a second, dear. Do you know what's funny? You think you're clever.
Yeah.
If that was Arsenal winning the Super Cup, you'd poo-poo it. You'd go, that ain't count.
No,
yes, you would. Don't try. I know you.
No. It's like when I look at Palace, right? They've won 2 trophies in 4 months.
Yeah, which is what?
You've won 1 in 5 years.
Oh, what's the 2 they've won?
Community Shield and FA Cup.
Arsenal won 2 in that time, so you counting that? Hey, there you go. See, honestly, that sums you up. The Palace 2 trophies. Arsenal won the same trophies. Don't count.
There's a flaw in my plan.
Yeah.
Rangers, they're in Champions League qualification this evening. Blimey, that's already started. They've just gotten their clash with Victoria Pleasant underway. Paul Mitchell, the wonderful Paul Mitchell, is watching for talkSPORT, and Paul has got the team news as well. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Andy. It's so far so good for Rangers. Nearly 8 minutes played, 0-0. James Tavernier is making his 100th European appearance for Rangers. That's because Max Aarons is injured. Joe Rothwell drops onto the bench. Nico Raskin starts for Rangers, who are Butland and goal. The back four of Tavernier, Giga, Suter and Jeffrey. Diamonde, Cameron and Raskan. Ant-Man Dessers, who's just been booked, and Gassan. Remember, Rangers lead by 3-0 from the first leg at Ibrox. It was a terrific performance there. If they can survive tonight, it's Club Brugge or Red Bull Salzburg at Ibrox next week in the final playoff round of the Champions League. 0-0 so far.
Thanks, Paul. We'll keep you up to date with that if and when anything happens. Right. Yesterday, we heard the news that Crystal Palace had lost their appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport over their demotion from the Europa League. It means that Forest will take their place whilst Palace are relegated to the conference. Earlier today, we heard from the club for the first time since that news broke. A statement read, at a time when we should be celebrating our victory in the Community Shield at Wembley, the decision by UEFA and followed by the Court of Arbitration for Sport shows that sporting merit is rendered meaningless. When we won the FA Cup against Man City on that momentous day in May, our manager and players earned the right to play Europa League football. We have been denied that opportunity. It appears that certain clubs, organisations and individuals have a unique privilege and power. It goes on. It's quite a long statement. What do you make about how the fact that they have been kicked out of this competition? Do you feel sorry for Palace in this situation? I think you got to feel sorry for the fans.
I feel sorry for the fans.
The club have only got themselves to blame. It's horrible for me to keep saying it because you just don't want it to see. They've earned their place in the Europa League. But the fact remains, the reason they're not in it is because it's a mistake they've made.
Well, no, I think from the manager and the staff downwards, I feel incredibly sorry for them. Yes. Manager, coaching staff, people that work at the football club, the players, I feel sorry for them because that's not their job to obviously put shares into a trust or
cross the T's, not the I's. Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately for the guys above them, and I do feel sorry for Palace, and I tried to argue their case back in the last season, or no, in the summer. But someone hasn't, they haven't ticked all the boxes. They haven't done their due diligence on what they were supposed to do. Good word. Thank you. What they were supposed to do. And where I've got a bit of sympathy, but unfortunately, again, as you said, they've only got themselves to blame, is that me and you, again, have sat on the show and spoke about Palace in the Premier League finishing 12th, right? Because that's what they finished there all the time. Yeah. They finished last season 12th, right? Again. But no one foresaw them winning the FA Cup. Because when
you struggle with foresaw, but you got due diligence,
yeah,
bang on.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Weird, yeah.
So no one saw them winning the FA Cup. And when they were supposed to have put the shares into trust, it was the 5th round of the FA Cup. I think they were playing Millwall, right? So no one saw it. But on the off chance you might do it, just put it into trust.
Yeah, there's no downside to doing it.
No. So that's why I'm a little bit, I feel for them because we're just so used to Palace just kind of just floating along. Great football club, but they almost just float year upon year. They're always comfortable, never going to go down, but they never finish in Europe. So the fact that this has happened to them, I do feel sorry for them, but as you said, one man's mistake or a couple of people's mistake. I don't know exactly who's to blame, but
John Texter.
Yeah, but also Steve Parish as well, because surely his staff must know that this could happen.
Yeah,
like it's just one of those things where I do feel sorry for Palace. They are going to be in Europe, which is a positive. They're not getting kicked out, full stop. And I will watch them in the Conference League, but I am gutted for them. But it does soften the blow that you got into Europe by winning the FA Cup.
Yeah, and they've probably got more, if they were going to win a competition this season.
Conference
I would
League.
say they're more likely to win Conference League.
Well, Aid called me arrogant yesterday for saying that.
Did he?
Yeah, said I was arrogant.
That's why he's no good on this show anymore.
He said arrogant. I can't remember who said it. Arrogant something.
No, but I think that's. I don't know what the something's are.
Trust me.
But I think that's fair, isn't it?
Well, I just think, and he was like, well, some of the teams that are in there are difficult. But my argument was in previous years, certainly when West Ham won it, it was more difficult because teams were dropping down a competition. So Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. When this was the first year when no one dropped out of it, so it was start to finish.
I mean, what's got worse teams in it?
Yes,
Conference.
Exactly. So
that makes it an easy comp to win it.
I think the biggest thing that might will cause them problems, Palace, is the players going out the door. Now they're really talking about Gahey going to Liverpool. If they lose him, that is a big problem. If they lose Eze to Tottenham or Arsenal, that's another one of your top players gone.
Still there, isn't he?
What's still there? Again, their sharks are circling already.
Right.
He'll be gone as well because he's a top midfield player. Yeah,
in this window,
it's going to cost it's going to cost a lot of money to get him out, but he's a good player. So that's the only thing. And then the manager, I think someone's going to take a chance on him.
He's already said that he needs a little bit of backing,
right? And also, and he wins trophies. So if they lose him as well, then you start going, "Oh, Palace, come on, what's going to happen next?"
How does it make you feel about Forest now as a club?
Do you know? I mean, I've got no. I probably should have a little bit of dislike towards them because I played for Derby, but it was kind of at the end. But I understand the rivalry between the two clubs, but it does leave a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth, doesn't it?
Because of how they've done it.
No,
they literally just sort of snitched, didn't they? Like, you can make the decision yet? Can you? They didn't need to.
They didn't, but I understand. Listen, you're protecting your own investment, right? You're protecting your own commodity. So from that perspective, I get it. Why he's done it. But you do feel a little bit like, I don't really like that. It is a little bit snitchy, like, isn't it?
It is a bit snitchy.
Yeah.
You didn't need to. You could have just waited.
It's almost like everyone's missed it, and you've gone, hold on a second here.
Yeah.
I'm not really saying anything, but just maybe have a look at that detail over there.
You forgot to give Dave detention yesterday. I'm just asking.
Just checking if you've managed to do that yet.
Oh, Dave, you got detention.
You shout it so everyone hears it. You got that detention yet, mate? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
And then people look at you. What'd you say that for? Oh, I was just checking.
Yeah.
Oh, because I wanted to go out with Dave, but you got a detention. Never mind, I'll go out on my own then.
Yeah, it is a little.
It does feel like that.
But again, I understand why they've done it, but it is a little bit.
Is Gary Neville still banned from their ground?
I forgot about that as well.
Oh, he is. Producer Joe just said he is.
I don't know how that's possible because he's employed by Sky.
I know, but I'd quite like to get banned from Forest just for that reason. Not talkSPORT. Not talkSPORT.
Yeah, but you never. When's the last time you went to Forest?
No, I know, but that's exactly that, right?
I mean,
quite funny.
I was there last season.
Nice ground. Looks like a nice ground.
Beautiful. I used to love playing there. Love playing there. Lovely.
Yeah, it's proper old school ground, isn't it?
Couple of goals there. Lovely.
You remember them?
One of them was for Ipswich, I think, which was.
Yeah, we don't care.
Come off the crossbar.
Yeah, we don't care.
Smash.
Do you remember your last ever professional goal?
Yeah.
Who was it for?
I think it was against Sunderland when they went down.
Was it really?
At Stadium of Light as well.
Brilliant.
It's not brilliant, but yeah.
That is brilliant. That's funny. When we come back, we'll take your calls. Do you feel sorry for Palace? 03717223344. And the GOAT, Adrian Durham, joins us as well. So let's see if you slag him off to his face. Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent here. A reminder that talkSPORT is now available in more places than ever before, and you can watch us via your smart TV. How about that? Just head to talksport.com/watch for all details, and now you can watch all your favourite shows and presenters. Plus, some of our brand new content still to come. We'll be joined live from Riyadh by our boxing expert, Spencer Oliver. Now, though, the football season is well and truly back, and of course, so is Around the Grounds here on talkSPORT. And tonight from 7, the GOAT, Adrian Darren, brings you all the goals as they go in from the Carabao Cup first round and Champions League qualifiers. Over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear live commentary of Bromley smash Ipswich to pieces in the Carabao Cup. And would you believe it, we can speak to Adrian himself to tell us all about it. Hey, good evening to you.
Evening, Andy. Evening, Darren. How you doing? Very sunny here in Northampton. Pitch looking perfect early season. Absolute cobblers, yep.
Beautiful there. Not too far away from there where I live.
Why do you go tonight, Benny?
Because by the time I get back out of here, 9 o'clock, sorry. It's finished.
Oh, fine.
What about a helicopter?
A Borandi's.
Okay.
Yeah. Which one? Listen, how excited are you, firstly, Aid, that the football was returned? I think we had one day without football. I think it was just after the Euro final. I think it was a Monday. But, I mean, football is well and truly... We saw the return of it over the last couple of weekends, and we got the return of the Premier League this weekend, of course. How excited are you that it's all back now, Aid?
Yeah, very excited, of course. I mean, actually, the Euro final was on the Sunday. On the Saturday, I was at MK Dons Oldham. I was really excited about it. Finished 0-0. So, you know, it brought me back down to earth a little bit. But actually, to have Around the Grounds back, we've done it the last couple of Saturdays, but midweek ones, and especially the Carabao Cup, absolutely love it. There are 30 ties tonight. We'll have all the goals. Go take you around the grounds as well. Glorious evening for it up and down the country. So, one of the things that in this role I have really discovered is that the Carabao Cup early rounds are sensationally good. There's always a bit of drama, usually some penalty shootouts. First round, second rounds, absolutely love them. And tonight, 30 ties, can't complain, can you?
So, hey, you're at Northampton versus Southampton. Cobblers, sorry, my bad, right. Northampton, Southampton. What do you think? Southampton's, obviously, of course, ambition is going to be they have to get themselves back to the Premier League. I fully understand that. So where do you think they rank this competition in terms of they're going forward this season?
Well, I'm fascinated by Will Steele's team selection, which we'll get very shortly. But in his mind, he knows he's not going to win it. So, for example, Nathan Jones a couple of years ago had a big run with Southampton in this competition. They beat Man City in the quarterfinals, got knocked out by Newcastle in the semi-finals. And it didn't register with anybody when he was sacked. Do you know what I mean? It's on his CV and he got the better of Pep, but it didn't actually mean that much in the long term. It was great in the moment. So long term, this won't actually mean that much to Southampton unless they go and win the competition, which is highly unlikely. But I think the flip side of that is you don't want to be knocked out by Northampton, who have got 1 point from 2 league games so far. So it's interesting from Will Steele's point of view because he can't afford an embarrassment, but he probably doesn't want to go with his full-strength team. With Northampton, Kevin Nolan in charge, played in the League Cup final over 20 years ago for Bolton. So, and he's obviously looking for a scalp. So I think this has all the ingredients. Side just out of the Premier League, probably a bit cagey about which team they should be playing, don't want to lose. It's a risky one from a Southampton point of view.
I like Will Steele. I hope he does well. He's been on the show a few times. Just quickly, the sun's shining, football's back. What sort of crowd do you expect tonight, Aid?
Will Steele, ginger, by the way.
Yes.
Ginger power, okay.
But he has his hair quite short, almost like he's embarrassed.
Unlike yourself.
my new hair product comes out September, by the way, Aid. Shall I send you some?
No, you're okay.
Oh, okay.
Does it mean that the hair will look like yours?
Well,
Definitely not. I don't want it.
That's how I'm selling the product, yeah.
Okay. It's not, I would redirect your marketing strategy there.
Okay.
I think it'd be fairly full. Listen, Northampton fans haven't had a huge amount to shout about in recent times, so I think that, you know, if they fancy it and it's a glorious night, why wouldn't you come down here and watch it? So, yeah, I think there'll be a healthy crowd tonight.
Hey, another tie tonight that I'm fascinated to get your opinion on is Coventry versus Luton. Now, Frank Lampard, obviously, we know how well he did last season. I almost feel like he's under more pressure now because he's almost created a rod for his own back because he was brilliant last season. Unfortunate, lost to Sunderland. I thought they were the better side over the two legs, but it doesn't work that way. Where do you think they can go this season?
I think it's fascinating that they drew at home to Hull on Saturday. They absolutely dominated the game.
Yeah.
Right, they had 18 efforts on goal, 3 on target. I mean, Hull's defensive strategy under their new manager was brilliant. It was fantastic. I don't think they had a shot on target, but they went to defend and they did the job, and it was frustrating for Coventry. But because they drew at home to Hull, all of a sudden, you know, the knee-jerk was incredible. Oh, was it Frank Lampard's best chance last season? Have they levelled out? Have they flattened out? Is this the real Frank Lampard? So I think that's fascinating. In terms of if they go out tonight, I don't think it makes a huge deal to their season. I mean, they had a cracking game with Luton last season. I think it was an injury time winner for Coventry in that game. So Coventry-Luton, I think, is an interesting tie. Luton have won both their games so far, but without really being completely dominant in both games. So I think that they're one to watch, Luton. It looks like 100% record so far is good, and yeah, they're on their way back and they'll go up, but actually I'm not convinced they're playing that well, if you understand what I mean.
Who did they beat at the weekend, Dave? I can't remember.
No, I can't remember either. In fact, I've just checked my memory banks and I've wiped it. Yeah, completely.
Yeah, of course, I know
right.
it's Peterborough. I mean, if I wouldn't have worked that out, I would have got it from Aide's reaction anyway.
Yeah, but beating us is nothing special these days. Come on, we've lost half a team.
Why are you smiling,
Whole
Benny?
team.
You're vile, Benny.
Oh, did you hear yesterday? Daily Arsenal.
What about it? It was nice to Arsenal. I said they'd win the title.
Yeah, but no, he thinks... Hey, listen, great guy, but he thinks he's clever because he did that hoping that we fail. Honestly, that's why he does it.
Well, of
There's a
course
big
I
laugh
hope
in the
Arsenal-
background
Everybody
as well.
hopes Arsenal fail. Andy, do you want Arsenal to fail?
Big time.
Yeah, okay.
But
so
only
you're
because of
outnumbered,
Benty. Only because of Benty.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And they're delusional fans, yeah, obviously.
Did you hear what Mikel Arteta has done
here we go.
to try and boost their chances of winning? Have you read that with the tunnel? He's taken away the little covering that they walk out. He's taken that away. Have you read that?
It'll make all the difference. Yeah,
big time.
I've been thinking that for years. That's what they should do.
That's the reason. Just quickly, what about Ipswich? They go to Bromley. That's live over on talkSPORT 2 tonight. What did you say? What did you say?
Yeah,
rubbish. I watched them Friday night. I was at Birmingham. They were terrible, truly terrible. I mean, they couldn't string passes together. They didn't look like they'd just been in the Premier League. Didn't look like they were going to win the championship. Got a fluky penalty at the end. I mean, I was baffled by their performance.
Producer Joe's just said in my ear, as if he were proud. Yeah, but we didn't lose.
Yeah, well done, mate. I mean, Davis is going. Hutchinson's going. I mean,
McKenna's going to go.
I think. Well, where is he going to go? I mean, he's had a couple of seasons where they did well and got promotions, and then what? I mean,
I know. Joe thinks he's going to be England manager.
Okay. Okay, mate.
There you go. Anything else you want to mention before we let you go?
No, nothing. But I hope I didn't damage the show too much yesterday, Andy. I tried to, but I'm not sure I did.
Do you know what? I don't think you can at the moment. It's such good nick. We're the highest rated show on talkSPORT.
Well, that's because of yesterday. I think.
That's the only reason.
We did that for Aid because it was obviously Aid who kept it,
it was Aid,
obviously high standards. We're just trying to do that. We're trying to do that.
We're trying to make you proud, Aid.
Thanks, mate. They said there's nobody else can meet Andy's high standards, so you've got to do it, Aid.
But they talked about my hair.
Well, no, not really. No.
I'll tell you about my new hair product. Comes out in September.
Gee, honestly, let it go, man.
I'll send you some, Aid.
I'm actually thinking you're serious here, aren't you?
No, I swear on my life. Comes out September.
That's what it's called. No, not
you can't say it yet. But I swear to God, it comes out September 8th.
Is this the thing the latest thing you think will make you a millionaire? Because I've got news for you. It won't work.
It is the latest thing I think will make me a millionaire. And you're probably right. But I want to give something back to the public.
Right? Because you're not giving them anything at the minute.
And do you know what? For $29.99, they can take it.
Do you only get one for that?
Yeah, you do, but it lasts a lifetime.
Okay.
Aid, always a pleasure.
Cheers, Aid.
Cheers.
Loving your work. See you soon.
How much are you charging?
Well, I know, but I'll tell you about it. It's beautiful.
That's a lot of money.
No. I'll tell you why.
Normal people can't pay that.
I don't want normal people to wear it.
See, if you want to know what he was like, there you go.
Let me tell you now, you're getting 6 months worth for 30 quid, which is nothing. It's unbelievable stuff.
I don't want normal people to wear it.
I'm joking. That'd be the strap line. Not
so I'm guessing it's being sold in like Like Lidl and that places where.
No, I don't go there. No. It's in like John Lewis.
No, yeah.
Harrods have got it. I'm not joking, by the way. I'm not joking. Just quickly, can I just tell you? You mentioned commentary. I went to the Oasis gig again a couple of weeks ago. The one at Wembley.
Yep.
Obviously, I was in the Royal Box. Frank Lampard was also there. I had a chat with Frank Lampard. Genuinely, what a lovely fellow he is. Because I didn't really know. I didn't know him at all, right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know him at all. Lovely fellow, Frank Lampard.
We spoke to him at Soccer, didn't we?
No, but properly, I spoke to him. I was at the bar. Had a little chat with him.
Did you listen to the show? No.
No, he does.
He does not.
He listens to the show. He said, "You really make me laugh." And I went, "What about Bentley?" He went, "Who?" I mean, the other fella. But genuinely, I was really not surprised, but I'd never spoken to him before.
Joe, I'm not going to air his business on the radio, but you're right.
No, lovely. No, because I didn't know what he was like, Frank Lampard. But now I know what he's like. Really nice guy, genuinely.
Honestly, we can get bought by anyone you can. No principles whatsoever.
I mean, no, because when you meet someone, you go, okay, they're a nice fella, or maybe they're not. But in Frank's case, lovely fella.
Lovely fella.
Really. No, I know you two don't get on, but
We do get on.
I'm telling you, I can't. It was lovely. You been to Oasis yet?
Is it still going, is it?
You got no chance of getting tickets now, mate.
I'm sure it's spectacular.
Yeah.
But
Okay, with Noel's listening.
No, but listen, shout out Noel. It looks
shout him out.
Shout out Noel. It looks unbelievable. Proud of you.
Best gig in the world. Still to come, we'll be joined live from Riyadh by Spencer Oliver. But first, it's time for no Googling. And ahead of the return of the Carabao Cup on talkSPORT tonight, we want to know which player currently playing in the Premier League has scored the most goals in the Carabao Cup. Answer to that and more coming up live and drive for talkSPORT after this.
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend. Even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there actually any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads for a century. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. His Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this kind of protection was pretty important for footballers. And so, in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says they must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, even though there have been calls for it to be changed. But for now, that's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Drive on talkSPORT. Myself, Darren Bent, and Andy Goldstein. Huh?
You're, and I quote, got stuff on. Why aren't you going to Jack's wedding?
Huh?
Why aren't you going to Jack's wedding?
I've got a christening the same day.
Yeah, you got a christening. Who's christening? Look at me. Who's christening?
Richard.
What's the baby called?
What?
What's the baby called?
What?
What's the baby? What's Richard's
No,
baby called?
I don't really know that much. I don't know them that well. But
What's Richard's wife called?
Oh, Lainey.
Who?
Lainey.
Richard and Lainey.
Yeah.
Is that they got a boy or girl?
They've got a girl.
How old is she?
She is 7 months.
Right. And what's she called?
Princess.
She from Star Wars, is she?
No.
Before the break, I asked the question: which player currently playing in the Premier League has scored the most goals in the Carabao Cup?
Off my top of my head, I'm going to go Salah.
No. He's currently at Palace, but was at your club.
Eddie Nketiah.
Eddie Nketiah, 13 League Cup
Yeah,
goals.
he's got a lot. Yeah, and he's got a bucket full.
Amazing is that? For us at 7, we spoke to him a moment ago. Adrian Durham hosts Kickoff as he takes you around the grounds with all the goals as they go in the Carabao Cup first round. Over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear live comms of Bromley smash Ipswich to pieces. And before all of that, Rangers, of course, they're in Champions League qualification action as we speak with Victoria Pleasant right now. Paul Mitchell's watching for talkSPORT. Last time we spoke to Paul, there were no goals. Paul, where are we at?
We're still at no goals, which is absolutely ideal for Rangers. Pilsen have had a little bit more of the play. Couple of chances, though, for Rangers. Dessers was knocked over in the penalty box, pleaded for a penalty. The referee not interested. And Lyle Cameron almost got his first Rangers goal, brought the ball down from Tavernier. Lovely touch inside the box and flicked the ball over the bar. 0-0 here, Andy. And Andy, if you're looking for hair care products, just Google my name and hair care and see what comes up.
Well, very kind of you, but I don't think you're the same Paul Mitchell. But also, when mine comes out, Paul, you'll want it. All right, comes out in September. I'll send you a bottle of it.
Look forward to it, Andy.
All right, thanks, Paul. I don't even know if Paul's got hair. Has he got hair?
Yeah, Paul, you know what it's like?
What are you doing?
Sorry, I had to do it quickly.
What are you doing?
I had to release it. My knee was hurting me.
Oh, it sounds a bit weird. What are you releasing under the desk? What you got?
No, you know my leg strap.
Yeah, no good, right?
Yeah, no, because it's
you can't stretch your leg out either, can you?
I can stretch it out. I just can't bend it. So I'm sorry about that.
It sounds weird. Right, there's a massive weekend of boxing coming up, and of course it's live on talkSPORT.
It's the biggest fight of my life and career.
Dillian, the body snatcher.
Everyone's saying Eberechi is the biggest, hardest fight. The hardest puncher, the quickest puncher, the fastest guy.
Tauma is looking for another showreel knockout. Moses Tauma can take him out right now.
The strongest guy, the most intelligent, the most patient is boxer.
He's a better mover than Mike Tyson, like a bit more fluid.
Oodles of natural talent.
I even phoned Dylan, like, Dylan, I don't know why you're taking this fight.
2 national titles, 3 European gold medals, and a world title. As a professional, I'm looking to replicate that.
Everyone portray him as a superhuman. That's what I'm approaching the fight. I'm fighting Superman.
If he can beat Dillian Whyte, then it's certainly the real deal.
Dillian Whyte is victorious.
I can't wait for this one. Saturday, talkSPORT brings you live commentary of the huge heavyweight clash between rising star Moses Tauma and Dillian Whyte in Saudi Arabia. Our top team are out in Riyadh, bringing you all the action from a busy fight week before, take you closer to the action than anywhere else on the planet with our ringside coverage and live watch along. In fact, we could cross over to Riyadh now, where the grand arrivals take place this evening, because out there on a jolly, out there working for talkSPORT is Spencer Olivo. Joins us now. Spence, good evening to you.
Gents, how you doing? And trust me, I'm out in Saudi Arabia. I'm definitely not on the jolly, that's for sure. This is an alcohol-free zone.
I know, but you can have fun at a funeral. I should point out you are alongside Darren Barker, so it's good to see Darren Barker. I know there's a bit of a gap between when I ask a question and you hear it, so I'll ask a question, you two have a little chat. I'll start with you, if I may, Darren. Listen, this is a massive fight for so many reasons. Who do you think goes into it with more pressure on them?
I guess Moses Tauma. Well, do you know what? I can see an argument for both, and the reason I say Moses Tauma is because of all the plaudits that he's been getting about him potentially breaking Tyson's record. We know he can't do that now, but to be mentioned in that ilk with Mike Tyson, that's pressure in itself. But having said that, if you're Dillian Whyte, a loss against the young pretender in Moses Tauma, that closes the end of your career. So there's pressure for both, but I like this. Is it a changing of the guard? Is it a step too soon for a Tauma? Has Whyte just got too much power, too much experience? So much to like about this, Ben.
Yeah, we're going into the unknown here because we don't know what Dillian Whyte has left at this age, 37 years of age. He's had a long, hard career, and since 2022, when he boxed Tyson Fury and was beat in 5 rounds there, you look at it and you go, he hasn't really performed. You know, he beat Jermaine Franklin, Mike Balogun last time out. You know, he didn't look particularly good, and it is all about Moses Tauma here, a 20-year-old kid with a hell of a lot of pressure on his shoulders. But as Darren will echo here, you know, those young kids, they feed off that pressure, and I'm expecting that from Moses. There's been a nervous sort of look around him this week, you know, when we've seen him in the build-up. But Dillian Whyte has stripped down in weight. He knows it's last chance saloon. A loss here for Dillian, and it's game over.
Spence, let me ask you then, because we always see young fighters kind of climb the ladder and they always match up to the right opponent and they look great and it's like on to the next one. Do you think there's a potential chance that Dillian Whyte might, at this current stage, be a step too far?
Absolutely. Listen, people are talking about this as Dillian Whyte, you know, not being looked particularly good in the last couple of years. He's now 37 years of age. When he turned pro in 2011, Moses was 6. All of that stuff we're hearing about. But Darren, we think about it, Alexander Usyk just put in probably a career best performance against Daniel Dubois to become undisputed champion. He's 38 years of age, so I think that number 37 is being written off, but there is still potential here that he could be a banana skin.
Yeah, look, I think his age is mentioned a little bit more because you've touched on it, his form. His form's not been great. And for people to have Moses Tauma a big favourite is because of that form from Dillian Whyte. It hasn't been good. But I think pride is going to play a big part in this fight as far as Dillian Whyte's concerned. He's not going to want this young lad to come in and end his career. You've already mentioned it again. He's dropped down the weight. It shows us that he's really got the bit between his teeth. Speed is so important here. And do you know another thing? I think with this fight, to get a little bit technical, he can't be one weight in here, Dillian Whyte. I think he's got to throw when Moses Salma throws, because he'll get picked off otherwise. And if that is the case, we're in for a real treat.
Spence, let me ask you, Moses last fought in May, but Dillian hasn't fought this year. In fact, his last fight was the middle of December last year. When does ring rust start for a boxer?
Well, I think the ring rust started before his last fight against Eberechi Eze, because he looked terrible in that fight. He come in overweight, but like I say, the body transformation has been quite remarkable. And yeah, that ring rust will play a part, but he's got the experience. You know, he's been there, seen it, done it. He's walked this walk. You know, he's had all this. Moses Atama, yes, you know, they've been developing him very well, and he's been boxing on these big undercards out in Saudi. But now it's his turn. And for a young kid, that's a lot of pressure. And when you've got pressure, you know, that can either make or break you as a fighter. You know, I think it's one of those. Sometimes the pressure, the nerves can get you. You go in there, you make a mistake, and when you make a mistake, Darren, at this level, then it's sort of checkmate.
Yeah, heavyweight boxing is all she wrote. Do you know what? I was just thinking there. Dillian Whyte needs to learn from Daniel Dubois in Daniel Dubois' last fight against Alexander Usyk. We was expecting a lot more, wasn't we, from Dubois? You know, we heard it was a 4-round fight. He was going to go hell for leather. I think it's the same here for Dillian Whyte. I think Dillian Whyte's got to look at that fight and say, I'm not going to do what Daniel Dubois didn't do. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to grab this fight by the scruff of the neck. I'm going to show I'm the boss. I'm going to show that I'm the physically stronger. I'm the bigger puncher. And I'm going to get the victory. I'm going to rip up the script, and I'm going to show that there's still life in this old dog.
So Darren, if Dillian is going to get the victory, how's he going to do it? Because I've heard a lot of people talking about if Atome was going to do it, he'll do it early, he'll knock him out. If Dillian Whyte's going to win this fight, how do you think he's going to do it?
But look, there's an old saying, you've got an old man in. And that's where you get experience in, and I think that's trying to unsettle the younger man. Grab hold of your opponent, hit him round the back of the head, you know, sort of the dark arts, if you like. But I think very technically, he needs to be first and third. I think he's got to try and lead, and then when Moses Salma fires back with the counters, go again. I think it's so important that he's busy with his hands. He can't afford to be lazy in this fight, or he'll get picked off and stopped.
Spence, last one from me. Where does the winner from this fight go, and where does the loser go?
Well, it's a bad one, this one, because Moses Atoma is currently #1 with the WBO, and we know the interim champion is Joseph Parker. #2 is Filip Hrgovic, who's boxing actually on the undercard against David Adelaide. Now, here it is here. If Usyk gives up this WBO title and it becomes vacant, it's either Joseph Parker against the winner of these two, and if Parker decides to go for another route because he gets another offer, the winner of these two could end up fighting the winner of Hrgovic and Adelaide. So the winner for both guys here is a potential fight for the WBO world title, so there's a lot on the line here.
Boys, thanks for coming on. Darren, before I go, I have to say, you look fantastic. Have you had any work done?
Not yet, and I appreciate it, mate. I'll tell you what that is. That's not getting punched in the face anymore. So yeah, I'm looking after myself, and my wife's looking after me well.
This camera's obviously not picking up all the lines in his face, though, so we won't mention that.
Spence is picking them up in yours.
Mine are deeper, I'm older, mate.
Boys, always a pleasure. Keep up the great work for talkSPORT. Enjoy the fight. We'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks, lads. They're fantastic.
Cheers, boys.
They're great now.
Yeah, I love Darren Barker as well.
Yeah, they're both brilliant.
Yeah,
very lucky. All right, there's been a goal, would you believe, in Rangers Champions League clash with Victoria Pleasant. Paul Mitchell, without his hair product, he's watching for talkSPORT.
It's Victoria Pleasant 1, Rangers 0. Rangers still 3-1 ahead on aggregate, but they've lost the goal just 4 minutes before half-time. Durusimi gathering in the middle and hammering it home after poor work on the left-hand side by Jeffy, allowed the cross to come in from Memic. Rangers are looking a little bit rattled here. We're in stoppage time in the first half. They need to get inside, settle down again, because there's no doubt Victoria Pilsen have got a little spring in their step. 1-0 on the night, but Rangers still leading 3-1 on aggregate.
Thanks, Paul. Just quickly, Benny, before we go into, I'm going to test your memory here. Earlier on in the show, I think it was about 2 minutes to 6, you started saying something, and I went, hold on, do it after the break. Do you remember?
Yeah.
What, do you remember what it was?
Yep.
Okay, tell me after this break. Listen, Drive and Talk Sport. Me, Andy Goldstein Bent is here, everyone. Follow us at 7 Adrian Daramo's kickoff. Tonight he takes you around the grounds with all the goals as they go in the Carabao Cup first round. Now, the NFL, Super Bowl.
Talk normally. Why'd you always do that?
Returns to Wembley in October as the LA Ramsters take on Jacksonville Jaguars. And our competition to win VIP tickets is now open. Yes, we're giving you the chance to win 6 seats in a private box at Wembley Stadium with full hospitality plus $5,000 spending money. Here's how you enter. 18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland, for a chance to win. Text the word CASH, C-A-S-H, to 83338, and you are in the draw. What are you doing? Why are you putting my sunglasses on?
Hey, do you read, man?
Oh, man. Text will cost you £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have bill payer's permission. Or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by the 25th of August at 11 p.m. It's a TalkSPORT limited promotion run on TalkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations for full T's and C's. Visit talksport.com. Let's have a look. I love the blue tint. They look mega, don't they? They're cool glasses, aren't they?
They are nice to be fair. You said you're going to get some reading glasses out of something.
I'm going to get reading glasses with a little tint in. Now, tomorrow evening, you can hear a live commentary of the UEFA Super Cup between Spurs and PSG. It's live right here on TalkSPORT. It'll be Thomas Frank's first competitive game in charge of Spurs, having taken over from Postecoglou. He's been speaking to the media ahead of that game. He discussed having a chance to add to Tottenham's trophy cabinet tomorrow night.
For the club, for the team, for me, for everyone involved in Tottenham Hotspurs is a massive game. Great challenge, even bigger opportunity. I see it as the way my brain works is I see opportunities instead of pressure or whatever. So for me, massive opportunity, and we will definitely embrace it and we will give everything.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that game in so much more detail tomorrow. A reminder, Thomas Frank also confirmed in a press conference that midfielder Yves Bissouma hasn't travelled for tomorrow's game, having been late for team meetings several times.
That's not good, that.
That's good for the manager that goes out.
Straight away.
Get out.
Yeah, I like that.
Brilliant, I like that. A reminder, you can hear live commentary of PSG against Spurs in the Super Cup. It's live right here on TalkSPORT tomorrow. Now, someone that I've missed dearly while I've been in America isn't One More Billy, but is in the studio now.
Evening.
How's your week been since...
It's good.
What's happened to the corner of the screen? Why is it all black there?
Because the camera's over there. It's showing that part.
Spent all that money. All that money. We haven't got a screen that's straight. That's terrible.
I'm probably sat in the wrong place.
Maybe. Well,
it's probably my fault.
When Adam Swift was here, it was the same thing. On
was
the side.
it?
Yeah.
Someone get the sack for that in the morning. Yeah. You all right?
Yeah, really good.
Good to see you. We're doing the episode quiz, yeah?
Yeah.
We just jumped straight into it. What are we doing it on?
It's all about Disney.
Yeah.
Benty's threatened to stab me with a pen.
I'm not yet.
First, so.
Looks like he's just stabbed you.
I'm ready to go.
Andy, do you want to go first?
I'm ready to go first. Bill, I'm ready to go first, Bill.
Andy, how much money does Walt Disney World generate in a single day?
Right. Now, I had this conversation with my kids and we didn't carry it on.
Okay.
And I said to my kids at the time, it could be 200 million, it could be 20 million. Just all the Disney resorts, everything.
Yeah, Walt Disney World, Orlando.
One park.
Yeah.
10 million.
Do you want some options?
Yeah.
3.6, 24, 36.
24.
$36 million a day.
That's right.
You own that?
Mate, I feel like I spent that week. Honestly, horrific. I mean, unbelievable, but horrific.
Yeah. Benty, Mickey Mouse and Genie make up the top 2 most iconic Disney characters.
What word?
Iconic.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Disney characters of all time.
Who? Who?
Mickey Mouse and Genie.
You know,
Who's
Benny
third?
thought Minnie Mouse was fit.
Oh, no, go on.
Yeah, I heard, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's third? Donald Duck, Goofy or Simba from Lion King?
Must be Donald, no?
The fact you've chucked Simba in for no reason, I would have gone for that.
It's Donald Duck.
Yeah, Donald, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
DuckTales, remember that? Boy, serious.
What was his nephew called?
Don't know.
Okay, brilliant. Covered in poo.
Adjusted for inflation, what would Walt Disney's net worth be today?
It's 10 bill.
Much more, about 500 billion. Go on.
500 mil, 1.1 billion, or 10 bill?
The highest, 10 billion.
Just 1.1.
That's it?
Struggling the bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
To make ends meet.
Yeah. Benty, in terms of a feature-length film, what was the first movie released by Disney?
Go on.
Pinocchio, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or Bambi?
You've named 4 there.
Do you know what? I think it's Pinocchio.
Oh, hold on, Moose.
Oh, hello.
Oh, just on air. I'll talk to you after the show.
No worries.
Right.
Pinocchio or Bambi. So, hit me with that Bambi.
Nah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Idiot, that's so obvious.
1937.
Oh, you went to cinema to see that, didn't you?
What?
What year was it?
I went to the premiere. I hosted it.
1937, yeah.
He was there, innit?
We got one each.
Andy, which of these things about Disney World isn't true? Walt Disney World is the same size as the entirety of San Francisco. The Beatles officially broke up there. Or there's a secret train underground which allows VIPs to move around quickly.
I went on that.
On the train.
I did. The Beatles did not split up there.
So you're saying that isn't true?
Yeah.
That is true. There's no secret train.
So you didn't go on. You lied then.
Universal went on.
So you lied again.
Universal went on.
Yeah,
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
That's it. Yeah, bless you.
John Lennon officially signed the paperwork to dissolve the band there.
Okay, fine. Last one.
Benty spelled Disney backwards in 5 seconds. Go.
Why?
Because we asked you to.
What?
Yeah, go on.
YENSID. Go on, son!
Oh, well done. You spelled a 6-letter word back.
Go on.
Billy, get out of my studio.
All right.
We're back tomorrow at 4 o'clock for more of the same. A reminder to download 21 minutes to go. What's the matter?
It's on your shirt.
What, Disney written on? Is that what you got it from?
No, but it's there.
Oh, okay. Should have done it. Download 21 minutes to go. Episode 5 is out now. It's a great podcast. It's me and Cundy. Talking to great. Me and Bentley are back tomorrow at 4 o'clock for more of the same. Bentley, say goodnight.
Good night, everyone. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.